to get it, and it's an honor to give it to Huntsville.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
A Montgomery man was shot and killed on Labor Day. That shooting victim has been identified as 19-year-old Antoine Hartwell. He was pronounced dead at the scene by police. No suspects have been identified or detained at this point. An inmate was found unresponsive on his cell floor at the Lee County Detention Center. Police found 47-year-old Aaron Johnson of Opelika this past Sunday. He had been jailed for failure to appear in court on drug possession charges. An autopsy will be conducted by the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences. No foul play is suspected at this time. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, from the moment we pick up the phone, you will hear the difference. We are passionate about what we do. To us, you're not just another applicant. When you call on us, you are trusting that we have your best interest at heart, and we do. We treat our customers like family, and that's why our customers turn into family, coming back to us time and time again. We know you have many options when it comes to mortgage financing, and we appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. We are excited to hear from you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our passion is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-368, Equal Housing Lender.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Yourself in a democracy.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes expect, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader back in his co-pilot seat here in the studio with me. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. Well, we need to get to see the whole Epstein thing's back in the news.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Nancy Mace left the chamber, saying that it put her into a full-blown panic attack hearing the stories because she's a survivor herself.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to have some effect on her.
Also, you have Trump saying it's a big fake hoax. We'll get to that. Also, Trump posting a video of a U.S. missile strike on 11 Venezuelan narco-terrorists in a speedboat heading to the United States of America.
Then I heard someone say that was AI, Joey.
No, that was, he said it was AI on the throwing something out the window.
Oh,
yeah, and it became a classic meme with Barry Moore looking over his shoulder, like, "What is it?" And there's JD Vance. They're like, "What is Trump being shown there?"
I did see something about the
Right.
kid thrown out the windows there. That's
Well,
funny.
there's so much to get to today, including President Xi and President Putin of China and Russia caught on a hot mic saying we could live to 150 with organ transplants. We can be immortal. So, not creepy at all.
Not creepy at all.
We're not playing into the whole Bond villain thing. Let's go to the phones, kick off the show here with Jeff Poor, host of the Jeff Poor Show at 106.5 FM there in the Mobile area. And, of course, he's also editor-in-chief at 1819news.com. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being on. So we talked about it a little bit on your show, or a good bit, but what do you make of the big presentation yesterday? It's now official. Space Command coming back to Alabama, to Huntsville, Alabama.
I mean, that our conversation didn't really talk about. We knew it was coming. Wasn't a secret. It was just when and what's taking so long. This is kind of weird. Why is this taking so much time? And then the aesthetics of it, right? Having those members of Congress, the 5 from Alabama, the 2 U.S. senators, kind of up there in the Oval Office, assembled like they were. And you were talking about when in American history, or in Alabama history, have we ever seen that? And you just don't see that. You don't see it every day, if ever. So we were kind of more taken aback by that. If anything, that was my reaction. Like, well, these are people we deal with on sometimes a daily basis.
Well, and there was one reporter that asked Trump after the presentation, "Are you worried about getting people to relocate to the state of Alabama?" I was like, "Oh, you better hold back. You better hold," especially Mike Rogers. Them fighting words. And Trump gave him quite a tongue lashing as well. But it's interesting how the mentality is we're still backwoods Alabama, when if you ever tour the area, especially Huntsville, dadgum, that's blowing and going.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just indicative of elitist culture, and they don't have opera, and they don't have the Kennedy Center. Well, the Kennedy Center's changed, but they don't have all the amenities that the sophisticated classes in our country seek out on a regular basis. It's and that's just the problem. They're in that bubble and they think that way. And I think that was really indicative of that.
Yeah, and I believe you had the chance to talk to Coach Tuberville this morning on your show. I was telling you he looked very sure of himself, very relaxed, maybe compared to some of the other representatives up there. What's his mood today, especially with Space Command, but just generally him essentially auditioning to be governor of the great state?
No, I think you sigh of relief. Well, probably on a couple of grounds. Number one, this is finally done and official, and we got this cemented in. We've been working on this really hard, and what's taking so long? But number two, hey, I don't have to be senator anymore. I'm getting ready to be governor now. Maybe he's underestimating the stresses of that job. I don't know, but Washington D.C. kind of comes with its own weird, lifestyle and people, and I was there long enough. They are very unimpressive people who are very full of themselves, and having to be around that and be polite about it will wear on you.
You just made us both smile ear to ear with that line. Now, Trump himself posted this video of the United States taking out some Venezuelans in a speedboat, saying they were narco-terrorists, had a bunch of drugs on the boat. And yet I'm seeing the reaction from some of my libertarian friends, as well as a lot of the left, is this is a war crime. Smuggling drugs is a crime, not a war, not terrorism. How dare you do this unilaterally? But what say you about this strike?
As long as it wasn't done in Topeka, Kansas or something, it's done on foreign soil, and these are indeed people who are perceived to be, kind of enemy combatants. This is what we voted for. This is what we're doing. We can argue about the libertarian aspects of it, but how far do we extend those constitutional protections, and at what point, do we have to say there's problems here that have to be acknowledged, and this is probably the best way to deal with them.
Yeah, and also, as much as I hear, especially like my good friend Judge Napolitano talk about how everything under the sun the government does is pretty much unconstitutional, I'm like, well, maybe we're kind of beyond that at this point. For better or for worse, it seems like all the appeals to liberty are either really cynical plays that both Republicans and Democrats will do, or you have some true believers that are a little autistic about it, and that's fair enough. But it seems like in terms of what our American government is, it's not exactly like somebody built it just looking at the Constitution. It's become a beast of its own in many ways.
It has, and you could never really go back, can you? I mean, sure, it's not what our founders envisioned, but it's the world we have to live in, and we could try to push back in the other direction, and we should push back in the other direction, but also be like cognitive, like, well, guys, this is, like I said, this is the world we live in. You have to play the hand you're dealt. You can't just operate in this philosophical sort of realm where, well, this is everything the government does is unconstitutional. Maybe there's merit to that argument, but we're just having a philosophical discussion pretty much.
Exactly. And I mean, and there is a reality of, okay, this is a transnational organization that smuggles drugs and does such awful things beyond just drug dealing in this country, directed, as the U.S. claims, by Maduro, a head of state out of Venezuela. Yeah, it's hybrid war. So we're not going to play nice in this hybrid war. You try to bring drugs into our country, we see you, we kill you. It seems like a pretty straightforward deterrent to me.
Yeah, but I'd just say I don't think this is a widespread view. People are going to be against it because it's Trump. Obviously, that's always a deal. But then most Americans are probably like, yeah, well, you want to operate in this realm. This is the risk you're taking.
Now, did you see online that all the Epstein stuff is being kicked up again? Apparently, a bunch of members of Congress on the Oversight Committee meeting with some of the Epstein victims at a big press conference afterwards. Thomas Massie, it seems like, persona non grata to the White House, but he continues to push this. Is this now rearing its head again? It won't go away? Because it's
never going to go away.
Okay.
Ever. And they can release files. The people feel unsatisfied about, that justice wasn't really done there. That's what they think. And rightfully so. Not everybody got their day in court. And I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think we're always going to be speculating about what it is. They could do a big document dump, but remember they dumped all the documents on JFK and Martin Luther King, and well, what did we get out of it?
Right.
I don't think it's ever going to go away. And I think people are within their rights to demand a little more transparency and accountability, but I don't know what you're going to get out of it. I really don't. And I wish I had a better idea of what would make some of these wounds heal.
Yeah, and we'll, as the show carries on, be bringing we got some clips from James Comer, from Anna Paulina Luna, from Thomas Massie, from Trump himself. A lot of that kicking up as Congress gets back in session, folks. But I want to end on, I believe Caleb Taylor wrote this up for 1819, just straightforward, just facts only story. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Obamacare premiums to increase around 20% in Alabama on average in 2026. Man, Obamacare really controlling those healthcare costs.
Yeah, well, the Affordable Care Act never had wholesale buy-in. They kind of did it. If you remember 2010, before that election, they kind of forced it through. And I thought, well, at the time it was celebrated and heralded, and when Obama signed it, it was a BFD, according to the former president, at the time vice president. And how long lasting was this going to be? And because this is something that the health insurance companies got kind of a sweetheart deal.
Yep.
Now the subsidy's going away. I think the Obamacare thing was never. It was just a gesture trying to push the country toward socialized medicine. Here we are 15 years later, and we're still in this hybrid sort of state of limbo. Because, if you want socialized medicine and you want to do it like the Brits do it, you do it. If you want to have a free market, if you want to even have a health insurance company provider presence, you do it like that. But trying to do something in between is not tenable.
Yeah, and the current system, it's like, where do you even begin? There's so many, I think, barriers and restrictions on the supply side. Look at like just certificate need in this state. So it's state, it's federal, it's so many. And that's what's so difficult tackling the issue. It's like, again, how do you sell it to people, number one? And then number two, where do you even begin? Because you're going to be ending up goring somebody's ox. So
Yeah, and even if you have a good faith solution, it gets demagogued, right? It's they want you to die in the streets, whoever it may be. So this is one of these things that we're stuck with this lousy system, and no one can really. There's just no way to do this until you have where it's depoliticized, and I don't know that time ever comes.
Yeah, I think it's only going to get worse as the population continues to get older. Yeah, and maybe this is something I think Democrats wisely keep hammering, though they're so early to the party. Like all these Medicaid cuts that don't happen for the next few years, like the work requirement. So this has always been my logic. If you're going to be accused of throwing granny off a cliff and taking away people's health care, you might as well actually cut things instead of pretending to cut them and then you get demagogued anyway.
Yep.
And the problem, Joey, Republicans are shy about that now. And I talk to people who, even people I work with in this whole conservative Inc. world. Well, we better not talk about Medicaid cuts. No, we're going to lose the purple states. When have Republicans ever been pro entitlement or pro entitlement growth or whatever? That there's a real reluctance in Republican circles to talk about this. They're terrified of it. So as long as that's the case, we're stuck with this.
Well, and it's very reasonable. It's like you're a 40-year-old guy who's able-bodied. If you're worried about that prescription, go get a job, man. And I know there aren't glamorous jobs out there, but go get something. It's just basic work requirements. So it makes a lot of sense to me.
No, I agree with that. And telling people to go to work, I mean, there's a real reluctance to do that even, right? That, that's just, that's insensitive. That's the wrong thing to say. Why would you, and I believe that until we kind of change this, I don't know what it is, kind of a soft generation, and maybe it's going to take some tough times to kind of toughen us up to get past this point where we can actually do something about it.
I think you're on to something there. Well, I always appreciate your time, Jeff. If folks want to check out what you're up to, how can they do so?
1819 News, 1819news.com. Also, you can check me out personally, x.com/Jeff_Poor.
Appreciate it, man. Do it again soon.
Thanks for having me on.
Again, folks, that is Jeff Poor, host of Jeff Poor Show and editor-in-chief there at 1819news.com. Yeah, when I saw that today, Caleb Taylor just putting out the straight facts. Very short story, but the rates will be effective January the 1st. This is the Alabama Department of Insurance approved the final 2026 premium rates for Affordable Care Act individual market. I used to have to do this.
Yeah, I know. I had. Okay, this is crazy.
Because I actually was the idiot worried about the individual mandate. So I was like, I don't want the tax penalty.
I'm the idiot that didn't and got fined.
You did get fined.
Yeah, I had insurance until I was for 3 months where I quit working and started something else. Didn't think it'd be no big deal. I got like $700 fine. I've had insurance my entire freaking life, except for that 3 months.
And now, not to reveal too much, I have it through work, and we still pay the premiums out of our pocket. The company helps too. Thank God for that. It's better than where I was. But going into that individual market, remember not making much money. Going, wait, I have to pay this much for the bronze level that covers squat.
Nothing. It gets you past the legal mandate, which it's a grift. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Insurance is great if you can afford it. However, if you can't afford it and you're forced to buy it, most of the time you're buying the cheapest policy ever and you'll never be able to take advantage of it. They know this.
Right.
They know this.
Exactly right. Well, and I would treat healthcare insurance should really be the stuff that you can actually insure. Like, a terrible accident or a terrible disease befalls me.
Your insurance company puts caps on you.
Sure.
It's out-of-pocket expenses.
That too.
And most of the time, honestly, again, most people I know, they end up going through bankruptcy at the end, even though they have insurance. They lose everything.
And it's because these insurance plans have become essentially like prepaid, all-encompassing health plans that over half of what's spent is pushed by the federal government.
Admin costs.
And that sets your base level, and then all the private insurers jump off of that.
Well,
and it's a mess. It's not an open market.
No.
It's
a controlled market.
One of the most controlled crony systems we have.
That's the problem. Whenever the government, we know this, whenever the government gets involved in anything, it gets more expensive. Now they've taken something that used to be somewhat affordable to most people and mandated, and now we have to take it, and you get a crap policy.
Yeah.
That policy is no good for nothing.
The four carriers will be in the Alabama individual market. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, no surprise there. They'll increase 19.3%. Rates for United Healthcare will increase 20%. Rates for Celtic Insurance Company will go up 25%. And Oscar Insurance Company's new to the individual market in Alabama, so no changes to report there. Their numbers will just be their numbers.
It's very frustrating to me because, again, somebody that's been down the road, you get denied insurance claims. You're like, the whole reason I bought this is you forced me to buy it. Here's a time that I need it. Well, we think that's risky treatment, or we don't have the approval for that yet. So you made me buy insurance. You made me spend up money. Now I'm just going to die. And that's it. You got my money, though. You got what you wanted out of the deal.
Well, and also, like, I look at my grandfather's situation, again, not to reveal all our private business, but he's obviously 80, almost 90 years old. So he got, when he retired from the military, he got TRICARE for life. Then he also has the Medicare, and I think does the Advantage stuff, too, for prescriptions. But then you see, okay, even if you're in a situation where everything's paid for, essentially, and he's got other private insurance to back that up about end of life concerns.
Have all that.
Well, things like I don't want to rely on Medicaid for my nursing home.
I understand, but
so I saved and I long-term life insurance,
smart move,
long-term health insurance. But then you see like how health costs do rack up near end of life. Like you're healthy most of your life, maybe something freak happens and you get in one of those tough situations. But for most folks, it all stacks up near end of life.
Yeah.
And it's like, how can somebody not build up equity over time? Like, your life, you're probably going to be mostly healthy. Why can't you build up equity that can help you afford the cost?
Think about, again, I've had insurance 55 years, except for 3 months. Right. Why am I still
every year
a premium? Well, and it goes up.
They only do annual expected cost.
I only I'm a guy. I only go to the doctor when I'm fixed to lose a limb.
Right.
But I pay all these premiums, and I know at some point in my life, I'm going to be aged out. I'm going to lose that.
And then I see with my grandfather's situation, I know there are a lot of older folks who have probably dealt with this, that even when, you're covered by Medicare and these other things. Well, like, good luck. Like, okay, you have to shuffle off to, there's your GP. Now shuffle off to this specialist, this specialist office, specialist office. You got to make sure they're all communicating with one another.
Which they don't.
Especially if you're taking a whole boatload of pills in the morning or the afternoon. Yeah, and it's just kind of a mess.
It is.
And I'm not necessarily blaming anybody because it's such a society-wide thing at this point.
But it's one of those things where you and I don't understand. The people that run that show know we don't understand it, so they can screw us 9 ways to Sunday, and there's nothing we can do.
It has been a cultural shift beyond the screwing, which there's much of it.
How many people have you known that have had insurance claims denied? It's life. I mean, I paid, like you said, I paid this my whole life. I should have equity built up. No, I'm still just a number. I might as well just got my service last month. They don't care any more about me today than they did when I first signed up.
Right. And, and then not to get too maudlin, but how much of this stuff do they throw at you and you have an awful disease and it doesn't work?
That's the thing.
Spend all this money for something that didn't work.
When I go to take my car to the shop, okay, and they do part swap and, hey, we finally figured it out. Well, all that other crap you put on there, I'm not paying for. You take that back off. They do the same thing when you go to the hospital. They give you every test under the sun, whether you think they need it or not. Oh, you got insurance? And honestly, a lot of times you're at a place where you're not thinking the most clearly. You're kind of in a panic mode. So yeah, you just go with whatever they tell you.
Right. They're taking advantage of that inelastic demand, as they call it. So it's a big mess. Seeing those numbers, that's astounding. Like, you think inflation's bad, like when it goes up 9%, which is the highest for the Biden administration. 20%.
Is your healthcare getting 20% better? Is it getting 5% better?
No.
Right. It's actually getting worse.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. It is to me too, but it's such a big industry that I don't even think Donald Trump could fix this one. It would take multiple administrations to fix this crap.
Yeah. And if you want full-on socialized healthcare, you look at other places like, hey, Vermont, knock yourself out. You want a statewide single-payer plan? Go for it, man. That doesn't bother me.
Go almost break your leg in Canada. And they'll tell you need an MRI first because it's cheaper to get the MRI first. Okay, how long do I got to wait on the MRI? A year and a half.
Good God.
A year and a half. Or you can go across the border in America.
And so this is why the Canadian system still has like private providers that kind of do, because you got to wait so long with the state system. Right.
You're paying gatekeepers.
Good God.
It's a scam, man.
Yeah, it's either way, it seems. Our hybrid system sucks. Most of the single payer systems, I'm like, no, I don't think I'd like that very much.
The best thing to do is just go out in the woods, build you a cabin and grow your own food.
And again, some of this is cultural. It used to be you'd have 3-4 generations of family that all live in the same place.
Yeah.
Now, some of y'all might be freaking out. I have to live with my in-laws. Well, you might. But no, and as much as there's downsides to that, and there's a reason everybody of each generation usually gets their own place. Yeah. There's also, I mean, living with my grandfather, there's a lot of charms to it and great things too. So
I've told you about that when I've had people stay with me. It's some of the best.
Right.
It's the best stuff.
Oh,
man.
no, when my aunt and uncle were in between moving to Auburn, they had sold the place here in Montgomery, had not quite put up the place in Auburn. They lived with my grandfather for several months, and the memories they have, they still talk about it.
Right.
And as much as you're like, I wish I had my own space, my own fridge, my own house, and all this stuff, you also start to realize like it's just stuff.
It is just stuff. And you notice that in my business. Especially you'll reach with people that have lived in their house 25, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And so the first thing you have to tell them is, hey, we got to declutter. And they said, and most of them are just overwhelmed. I've got all this stuff. And at that point, they realize this is just stuff.
Yep. And then also you realize even if you're there, at a certain point, there's not much you can do.
There's not. That's another thing.
My grandfather keeps telling me, don't get old, Joe, especially on days where the back is acting up. And I'm like, how many doctors you talk to about your back? And they can't find a solution. And it's like, well, and this is just, it's life. And, you know, sometimes I find solace in you read old stories, not just say the Bible, but old stories. Everybody has stories about this, of getting older and dealing with this. And so it's one thing for like, I think almost every person's heart goes in the direction of a freak accident happens. We want to help that person out. But when most of our healthcare costs are happening when you would naturally expect them to happen, and our system
limited and everything
doesn't seem to account for that very well at all, and instead is entered into full-on socialist healthcare for those 60-something and up.
Yep, I see it all the time.
This is the direction we're going to go, and I think, as I said to Jeff, the older the population gets, the more this becomes a hairy political issue, very emotional one. I get why it's emotional, but it's something's got to give, because if you look at the areas where it's the most regulated, where you have the most intervention by government, education, especially look at especially once they got into the college, university level, and healthcare are the
prices.
Two immediate that come to mind.
Look at the cost.
And don't get me started on the banking system. The special privileges of that world.
Yes, very special.
Which continue to add cost to everybody else. But in particular, healthcare and education, the government deeply involved, the costs are outpace normal inflation like crazy and have for generations now.
But does it surprise you? These politicians, they come up with promises and they don't live up to the promises.
But I don't think they have a solution.
They don't.
Someone like Bernie Sanders might really believe in a single payer healthcare. And so at least Bernie really believes in something. I don't think it'll work nationwide.
But I believe that they opened the healthcare market up across the U.S. Take these stupid imaginary borders. See, there is a fix to the system.
Right.
But the folks that are getting paid don't want to see that fix, Joey. And it's not a hard fix. I honest to God don't think it's a hard fix. I just don't think the people are ready to do it.
You'd loosen restrictions on the supply side.
Go buy
you
health
don't control how many people can buy certain equipment and open up certain care units. You don't control how people can pull together in an insurance pool.
Why?
I think Rand Paul and a few others were pushing this a few years ago. They called them affinity groups.
Yep.
Yeah. You have seen people, it's the one kind of silver lining under Obamacare, where people are taking advantage of the concierge doctor thing to where they get wholesale prices on drugs through that concierge, and they have a regular doctor on call, essentially. And maybe that's a better model where you're taking care of folks, because it's more than just the pills. It's more than just the procedures or the checkups and the diagnosis. There is something about care that's beyond the scientific side of medicine that's what seems to have gone out the window in a big way.
I think what's shocking to a lot of people, and it'll hit me, it'll hit all of us, is when you reach that age and you realize, holy crap, nobody does care. It's just me. It's me against the world.
Yeah.
And that is a humbling, lonely feeling, but it's going to happen.
No, but my favorite people are the folks who go, well, that's life. Like, think about who's the guy, Chadwick Boseman, the guy who played Black Panther.
Yeah.
There's this interview that recently went viral again where they're like, are you going to be in Black Panther 2? And he's like, oh, no, I'm gone. And he was kind of joking about it, but he knew.
Very out front with that.
He knew I didn't much longer, and he wasn't crying about it. He didn't do a sob story, farewell tour. I think of Norm Macdonald. He had cancer, 10 years? Didn't tell a soul.
I don't begrudge that at all. I probably would tick a lot of people off, but if I ever was that's me. I wouldn't tell a soul. I don't.
Right.
That's me.
Because he kind of realized, well, as much as the sympathy's great,
Everybody's going to treat me different.
Yep.
Things are going to change. I'm the odd man out no matter what.
And everybody's last memory of me is really, really sad.
That's another
as
big
opposed
thing.
to
Yes.
the last memory is a laugh or that crazy boat
went out
trip
to
we
dinner.
went
Yep.
on or that dinner we
Yep.
yeah, right. It's always in the back of the person's head, and they do the head nod thing.
Yep.
Like the head tilted to the side thing. And oh God. So it's I don't know, 20% increase.
That's
all right. For healthcare
that you're forced to buy.
for insurance, that how much is it actually covering?
And
you?
did they say it's a tax? At the end of the day, is this not a tax?
Oh, the individual mandate wasn't a tax until the Supreme Court said it was allowed because of the taxing power. Anyway.
Right. And we said, oh, okay.
Anyway, something like that. Good to have you back, though, man. Where were you?
We took the kids down to Fort Walton, had to squeeze in a 15-hour deep sea fishing trip in the meantime, and we had a great time.
How much fish you catch?
I think, me personally, I think I caught 6 snapper and I don't know how many grouper. God knows how many grouper.
A lot of grouper.
We limited out on everything we could except gag grouper. We needed 2 more gag grouper. We didn't catch them, but it was great. Had a great time. The water was as rough as it could be. We had 7-foot rollers going out in the harbor. One guy on a boat got seasick and he went down and never got back up.
Oh, damn.
It was a rough day. I told Joey off air, I was walking down the hallway of the boat and there's a bathroom there and it's got those little louvers on the bathroom. A wave kind of hit us out of nowhere, slung me through the door. I looked like a WWE guy going through the door. It was a rough day for people that weren't used to it.
Last time I went out, it wasn't like a stormy day, but it was enough. It was choppy enough where the boat is rocking.
Oh, man, this boat
as going steady, it's rocking. I got sick as a dog and I think off the side and then stayed in the cabin the rest of the time.
There was a girl with us, a friend of mine's daughter, and man, she's tough. She was on a bunk above me. We were down the V berth, and she was on a bunk that's probably 7 foot off the ground. And some of those waves, they were rocking. Well, it knocked her off the V berth or off the bunk. She dropped to the floor as the boat was coming up, so she had that impact, and then somehow got wedged behind an emergency escape ladder. And all I heard was thud, and I kind of look up, open my eyes, and there's just this ball of a person. I mean, she was just balled up. I was like, how did you get back there? She's like, I don't know. I was asleep and this happened.
No, when you fall off a bunk bed, that's
man.
a bad day.
And then the boat, like I said, the boat was coming back up as she was falling down, so that momentum hit her. But this tough old broad fished all day, all day. She probably caught more fish than anybody. So I'll give her that credit. All day long, she fished.
I'll tell you what, like that fish is so good. Like you could eat the grouper or the
snapper was great. Yeah.
raw. Like I almost want to carve it up, eat some of that raw.
Yeah,
like it's that fresh and good.
They don't let you do it on the charter boats no more. They used
Really?
to, but if you know some people good enough, you can still get away with it.
This fish is so especially if it's clean and all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was
man,
great.
it's
We had a couple
tasty
battles with the sharks. They at one point we had 3 guys hooked up with big grouper, probably 30-pound grouper, and that shark came and took everybody's grouper and everybody's lead all in one swoop. They went from fighting this hellacious fish to, hey, what happened?
What, bull shark or something?
Yeah, probably bull shark. But yeah, we had battles with sharks and a few porpoises through the day, but man, it was great.
Oh, you still dolphins?
Oh, a ton of them.
Yeah,
ton of them.
Well, they know where the food is.
Yeah, they come up by the boat and yeah, and then you or they'll take your snapper. I've had a few of them take the snapper, look right at you, and go,
thanks for all the fish.
Yep. Yeah, but it was a great time, and the kids. It was awesome seeing the kids. I'll show you this video that Justin's wife has not seen yet, with the children getting knocked out of the raft in the ocean. They went under. They kind of got caught in the wash for a second, and they popped right back up and wandered right back on there.
Nice.
I was so excited, Joey, because I was expecting, oh my God, the beach trip's over. We're going home.
There we go. Well, we got to have this break first. This part of the program brought to you by Smokehouse Pit Barbecue.
Man, I could have used some of that down there.
Yeah, fish is good and all. Seafood's great and all. But there's nothing like some down-home Alabama barbecue.
You ain't kidding, because we had a little barbecue sandwich at a place down there, and that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
And by the way, Carico stopped by Smokehouse and tried the cheese grits.
Did he?
Said, yeah, it is to die for.
Were we correct?
We were absolutely 100% correct.
I told you, man.
So Tuesday through Sunday,
yes,
they open up at 6:30. They have breakfast. You can get there even a little earlier. Now, it might take a little longer as they're not officially open until 6:30. But yeah, they'll help you out even if you show up early. And it is a to die for breakfast. Very generous on the sides.
Yep.
The cheese grits are remarkable. You can even throw, I think Carico did this. He threw some brisket on top of those cheese grits.
Not a bad idea.
Genius move. Now, maybe you want to get a quick lunch, just to get a quick bite to eat, to go. They can do that for you.
Sure
Maybe some
can.
camp stew or like just pulled pork sandwich. And of course, like Friday, Saturday nights, they'll have live entertainment. You can get yourself an adult beverage from the bar and enjoy like a whole rack of ribs or something.
Yes.
with some fixins on the side, like mac and cheese, fried okra, maybe a little peach cobbler for dessert.
Oh man, I love some peach cobbler.
Man,
Put a
they
little
got it
alamode
going
on there. Woo.
And what I love is they've brought back the original recipes there at Smokehouse Pit Barbecue. Chris and Celeste had to get permission from the original owners, got that permission, back to the original recipes. Great stuff going on. A lot of renovations happening there right now. So y'all go check them out. They're a great spot. They're at Main Street in Millbrook. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. When you're on your feet all day, foot pain can feel endless and overwhelming. And when your job depends on your feet, it's even more critical to have the right support. Keith's story shows how Good Feet helped him get back on track.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I had back problems. That was scary. I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet store for over 6 years. The people at the Good Feet store really educated me and finally convinced me to try their arch supports. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. Where I would be without them, I have no clue.
So if you're a letter carrier like Keith or anyone who's on their feet for a living, don't wait to find relief. Visit the Good Feet store for a free fitting and test walk today. The Good Feet store is in Montgomery, across from the shops at East Chase. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today or just stop by the store nearest you.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Sheila Davis, whose family owns Davis Cafe on North Decatur Street here in Montgomery. Sheila, how easy was it to transfer your prescriptions over from a big box store?
Jim, it was very easy and comfortable. It wasn't hard at all, like steps 1, 2, 3. Just that easy.
Sheila, I know you go to the Adams Drugs on Adams Avenue. Tell me about your customer experience at Adams Avenue.
My customer experience at Adams Avenue was wonderful. The whole staff is wonderful. It's very hard for me to get out and to get my medicine. Adams Drugs has a wonderful delivery service that delivers my medicine to me on time, prompt, and whenever I run out, he's there on time.
Please come into Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Visit us at our website, adamsdrugs.net, for the location nearest you. Adams Drugs, your local independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where over-the-road dump truck drivers are needed right now. Home twice a week and every weekend, must leave early on Sunday with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Call them now at 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Just a few tweaks in a very summer-like forecast for the next few days. Today, I think we'll be flirting with 90 degrees with a sun and cloud mix. I've got the rain chances pretty small, maybe 10% today. Then it will stay generally 20% or less Thursday, Friday, and then through the weekend as well. Temperatures are getting hotter. We'll be in the low 90s on Thursday. I think we'll be closer to the mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. And lows at night will be in the 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Hey, gentlemen. Even if you can afford the insurance, then you got to find a doctor. They'll cancel, change insurance companies, and then now you try to go get a doctor or dentist or somebody that'll take this insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's a cluster because so many of them like won't take new Medicare patients, and with all the hospitals that are closing all over the state. I mean, there's a bunch of them that are closing. In Greenville, they bought the citizens voted to buy Stable Hospital to keep it open. So I mean, it's just going to get harder and harder, and to get health care and keep it.
Yeah, and the whole in-network, out-of-network thing, it's like, I'm sorry, but I was in Athens, Alabama. I was trying to take a picture next to the Boosie statue, and I fell and broke my arm. I had my arm set and out-of-network. Dadgummit. Like, where I'm supposed to drive in-network, then get the broken arm set? Come on. Crazy.
Well, I was at UAB with a family member that had cancer, and I was sitting there in the waiting area, and there was a couple from Canada there. And her husband told me that they were put on a waiting list for her to get the operation to remove the cancer. And they said, to heck with this, we'll go find someone. And they ended up UAB in Birmingham. So maybe that socialized medicine's not all what it's cracked up to be.
Oh, yeah, it sort of solves a problem while just creating new problems. Real quick. It's bad.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Appreciate it, Simple Days. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie there at Dylan Rings. And they're showcasing a brand new birthstone for this month of September.
Oh, what do we got?
Sapphire. The birthstone for September is sapphire. And he always does a little history lesson.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I'm looking at a beautiful sapphire pendant right now, or maybe those are earrings. I don't know. Beautiful diamond encrusted sapphire. But Greeks wore sapphire for guidance when seeking answers from the oracle. Buddhists believe that it brought spiritual enlightenment, and Hindus used it during worship. Early Christian kings cherished sapphire's power as a protection by using it in ecclesiastical rings. Ancient Hebrews believe that the Ten Commandments were engraved on tablets of sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are born in September, or you know somebody who is, and you want to surprise them with a very special gift, get by Dylan Rings. They have stuff in stock, sapphires in stock, of course, in many different forms and fashions.
I think they got some loose stones that I could impress some people with.
Maybe. You should go see Josh. See if he's got some loose stones for you. Hey, you got some stones. I just like how they feel in my pocket.
I want to impress somebody.
I like to just grab something in my pocket and rub it. And sapphire seems lucky to me.
That's not where I was going, but okay.
It seemed like that. I'm sorry if that wasn't where you're going. It seemed like that's the direction you're heading. Anyway, if it's you or somebody you love, they can help you out. And of course, if they don't have something already in stock, they can do a custom design piece for you. And Josh Ryder, what an artist, how good that guy is when it comes to the custom made stuff. Of course, they're a full service jewelry shop there at Dylan Rings. They can help you with any and all of your jewelry needs. We'll tell you a little more about that later in the program. But stop by today, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery. That's just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh that Joey Nettie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. By the way, Leslie is coming home this Friday.
That's so awesome.
From rehab.
Such great news. Yes.
Awesome. Y'all keep praying.
Keep praying. Yep.
They'll be open again on Saturdays. She'll still have lots of stuff to go through.
Sure.
But very cool to see Leslie.
We'll have to go by and see her, man.
Getting to come back home after that scare. So
that's great news.
Y'all check out Dylan Rings today. So are you like going to keep paying your insurance after everything we just said?
I have no choice, man.
Yeah,
I they literally fined me for 3 months of my whole life. I've had insurance. This is how they treat us citizens.
It's just ridiculous.
No, it is. It is
just wrong.
That's why I do the things I do, Joey.
How about this? Let's hit a break. Hopefully we get Austin Baranko from Invista Advisors on the other side.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors. Your ride to freedom starts here.
Hey, this is David Little from Tucker Pecan Company. We've been advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting for over 10 years now, and the results have been amazing. Every day we have new customers that come in that have heard us on all the different radio stations that we advertise on. If you want to help your business grow, the best way to do it is through radio advertising through Blue Water Broadcasting. They do a great job in promoting our business and helping us grow our business, and hopefully they can help you grow your business too.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the River region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. We'll actually be talking to Austin Branco after the top of the hour. Before we jump into like all the Epstein stuff, and by the way, did you see the Colorado Attorney General threatened to sue over them moving Space Command officially to Alabama?
Oh, good for him.
Steve Marshall, our Attorney General, responded on Twitter saying, we're not sweating it. See you in court.
Sue me.
Yeah.
I mean, just come on.
Yeah, see you then.
I mean, you guys, honestly, they got in a little gravy longer than they should have.
Right.
Be happy with what you had.
So, I mean, we've got that. Also, I mean, more proof that alcohol consumption's way down and Americans are in a sex recession.
I heard you talk about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of depressed me a little bit.
I just did it in passing, but it's a real number. A lot of people just, especially younger folks, just they ain't doing that.
Well, I knew the alcohol content was lower because they're going after hemp products now, and that's coming from big alcohol. There's no doubt about that. But as far as the sex thing, maybe you guys are just uglier than we were. You ever think of that? Maybe y'all need a little more personality.
I don't know if you want to make that bet.
I don't know, Joey. I've seen some of y'all with the piercings and all that
Some
stuff.
of y'all?
Some of y'all, the generation.
I don't have a single piercing.
Are you not part of that demographic, though?
And don't you be making fun of my little tackle box. She's a sweet girl.
I love it, but, you know, maybe some people ain't into that. Maybe, you know.
Right.
Maybe, you know, Mormon or Rumspringer. Maybe they ought to enjoy some Rumspringer life.
Oh, like the Amish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rumspringer.
No, we can get into that and the reasons why and the whole breakdown. And it really is a generational thing. I don't think it has to do with looks, though.
Oh,
I think it maybe has to do more with we've seen mom and dad and Uncle Tony.
Oh, you guys
and,
are
and the grandparents
educated?
and
Is that
all.
what you're saying?
Yeah, no, we
No.
saw all the gross stuff y'all did.
Go drink another Tide Pod there, buddy.
So
you
how
guys are not more
happy
educated.
it made
That ain't
all
it.
of you. See, weird boomer sex. That's what ruined it. All the weird boomer sex.
I'll be the
I was
first
trying
to
to do
admit.
a wholesome segment, and you turned this into a fight.
I'll be the first to admit, as I've gotten older, I've learned of the weird boomer sex. And
Thank you. It's weird.
I'll go with you.
And I
on
think
that.
that's what's grossing out the youngins.
No, I don't think so. I think part of it is you can't have sex over the computer with each other. And there's a lot of
they're trying though.
Right. I mean, it's almost there, but not there
They're
yet.
trying.
But I think that's a big part of it. Is I remember when I was 15 years old. Okay, I was a punk.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I was borrowing daddy's car and drinking when I wasn't supposed to. The 15-year-olds I know nowadays are scared to order off the freaking menu. They got no gumption no more. So I think that has a
there's
lot
some
to
of
do
that
with
too.
it.
Yeah, because it's always risky.
Yeah. But I mean, they don't have the gumption.
Yeah.
I'll just let it go. You're a perfect example. You're happy the way you are. You're not. When I was your age and I was single, I was chasing.
Yeah, I got the gumption. It just my gumption stopped working a while
But you
ago.
kind of just said, you know what? I'm not. It's not worth the chase.
Yeah.
And I get that. I get that. But I think it also has to do with we were hungrier or maybe lonelier when we were younger. I don't know. But I just know you guys are not on the prowl like we were.
Oh, that's true. The numbers bear it out. That's not what I wanted to talk about this
my
segment,
bad.
though.
Oh, my bad.
I want to do something wholesome.
Okay,
This is just a 3-minute news story. I'm not even sure where this is out of. Let me see. Maybe it's on the video. No, but this is a body cam. Let's see. Oh, Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville. Was able to figure it out looking on the badge at the bottom of the screen. This is Jacksonville, Florida, and the opening shot there is a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Let's listen to the story.
We arrived on scene. Hello. And as we walked in, we see a little kid sitting at the table eating his breakfast with one of the managers. Hey, buddy.
Look at that.
We asked where he came from, and he kept saying he walked to Chick-fil-A.
You know where your house is, right, honey?
It's right across the street, right over there.
Okay, cool.
I have children, and the first thing you get that knot in your stomach because somebody else who's a parent is missing their child. Are you going to show us where you live?
Yeah.
Okay. We gathered him up. Look at that. Say thank you.
Here's a cow for you.
I walked him to the back of my patrol car.
Are you going to get me in jail?
No, I'm not going to put you in jail. And we started checking here. All right, buddy, where's your house at? We were wondering where did this child come from. Is it right here? None of these doors are open. None of these garages are open.
I don't live in a duck pond.
So then he explained that he had a white fence. Right here?
Yeah.
And that's when we pulled up in the driveway. And then we realized that the call box wasn't working. We had no way to get through the gate. How about that?
Get out of that gate.
So the cop had to climb over the fence.
I can't believe he came out of here.
Yeah,
it's
how'd he
the
get
most
out?
secure house on that block in reference to having a fence all the way around, front, back, sides. Please.
I'm Phil.
I'm Victoria.
Good morning. Hey, good morning. Hey, do you have a son named William?
William.
Yeah, a little boy?
Yeah. Our 5-year-old William had an adventure a few weeks ago, and we live nearby very close.
Yeah, he was down at the Chick-fil-A. Yeah, we have him in our police car. You could just see the look on his face. It would be for any parent, including myself. It's disbelief.
Yes.
It's kind of scary, actually, because we didn't realize what was going on until after we came out.
Do you have any idea how he got out?
Yeah, he's got unlike the front door, but he's never done that.
I was worried about him because was he scared? Was he crying? Was he
No, he's
upset?
just hungry.
Oh, little man.
He was quiet, which is unusual for him.
Oh, my
You get scared?
Why
did you go to Chick-fil-A?
You're welcome.
I think it did shake him up some, so I don't think we really needed to, impress too much that you shouldn't do it again, things like that. I think he understood that it was serious, but we did talk about it.
He said he opened the gate and couldn't find y'all and went down the street.
I know he knows how to get to Chick-fil-A because we walked there. I would have never expected him to come down here on his own in the morning before anybody else in the house was up.
Good morning. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Sir, good to see you again.
How are you, sir?
So we have a reunion between the cops and the parents at the Chick-fil-A.
At the Chick-fil-A.
We're good.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, dude. You remember us?
Hi.
Oh, are these for me? Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh, man. I can't wait. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that cop looks like he likes cookies.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's the sheriff's office.
That's great.
Jacksonville. Yeah.
But that proves my point right there. My generation, we just stole mom's car and drove there.
Right. No,
I
you
could've
have to
just
expect
walked.
like the kid to just be in there like sipping coffee, eating some hash
That would be
browns.
hysterical.
Like,
He's sitting
what-
with the old men.
What's up? Am I being detained?
Right. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, but precocious kid.
But I can imagine as a parent that would freak me out. They come to the door. You're assuming your son's still in bed. And
Right.
You have this son. What do you do now?
Yeah, but then it's a huge relief. Oh, it's just a Chick-fil-A.
But still.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, stop walking off like that. You're
Make it look bad, man.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Soldier Boy.
Hey,
what's
Soldier
up,
Boy.
man?
Hey, man, I saw a bumper sticker yesterday. It'll make you laugh, Eddie. It said on there, at 20, you get plenty. At 30, you get dirty. At 40, you get horny. 50, you get nifty. And 60, you'd be lucky to get any. I turned 62 and I pulled up to him and I said, what the hell is that?
It's
Yeah,
almost
it
the
is
truth.
what it is,
That's
but-
what it is.
Oh my God! and I don't get it. Hilarious, man. It's gonna be the skateboarder. You know what? You'd be stupid if you're Chick-fil-A Corporation. They don't have him as a spokesman.
Oh yeah, you ride this thing out, baby. Yeah, he's an honorable manager of the day.
Oh my God! I mean, hey, do you ever said that? Yeah, why? I'm like, oh well.
Mhm.
I like the kid was so cute though. Am I going to jail?
That was funny. You know he was worried, but he didn't ask that till after breakfast. He made sure he got his meal in before he started asking questions.
Well, you know, there's one thing he didn't worry about his parents. Mom and dad are gonna be mad at me. Am I going to jail?
Yeah.
Well, but it is probably from freaking out to huge relief. Oh, he was just at the Chick-fil-A because we didn't wake up early enough, as opposed to, man, we caught your son dissecting a pigeon on the sidewalk. Like, oh crap, that's a whole other conversation we got to have with the boy.
Oh boy.
So remember, at 20 you get plenty, 30 you get dirty, 40 you get horny, 50 you get nifty, and 60 you're lucky if you get in.
Dang it.
Well,
55. Man.
We all learned something
55.
today. Thanks, Soldier Boy.
See you, Soldier Boy.
We got to hit our top of the hour break. Hopefully, we'll have Austin Branco after this break.
All right.
First, as part of the program, brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and their Pest Pro. Ashley and that great team are ready to help you with any and all of your pest control needs. Could be you just need basic pest control protection.
Yes.
They can do that for you.
They
You're
certainly
tired
can.
of seeing all those cockroaches.
Like cucarachas, or you get the scorps in there, or those long things. I forget that they call them devil horses or something
Or
like
the
that.
ants in the kitchen.
Oh, Joey.
Just that long trail of them,
Yep.
no matter how many you smash,
They
just
come right
keep
back.
on coming.
Yep.
And before you know it, as we actually get into the fall, you're going to start seeing them spiders.
It's going to happen, man.
A lot of
It's
spiders.
going to happen. Yep.
So if you're tired of entering and exiting your place getting eaten up by a web, And by the way, you might go smash that spider and you just get it out of baby spider. This is why you need to go with professionals there, like at Pest Pro Services. You can always learn more about Pest Pro at ppsriverregion.com, or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces, or you can always just get in touch with them direct, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. U.S. employers posted 7.2 million job vacancies in July. As the American labor market continued to cool, the Labor Department reports that job openings were down from 7.4 million in June. A confidential United Nations report seen by the Associated Press says Iran further increased its stockpile of uranium enriched to near weapons-grade levels. That's before Israel launched its military attack on June 13th. The report also said that Iran and the IAEA haven't reached an agreement on resuming inspections of sites affected by Israeli and U.S. bombing in June. Wall Street is mixed as Alphabet and other technology stocks are rising. The Dow dropping 195 points. The Nasdaq is ahead 193. This is SRN News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6745. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6745. That's 800-575-6745. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Just a few tweaks in a very summer-like forecast for the next few days. Today, I think we'll be flirting with 90 degrees with a sun and cloud mix. I've got the rain chances pretty small, maybe 10% today, and then it will stay generally 20% or less Thursday, Friday, and then through the weekend as well. Temperatures are getting hotter. We'll be in the low 90s on Thursday. I think we'll be closer to the mid-90s on Friday and Saturday, and lows at night will be in the 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A Montgomery woman has died following an automobile crash last month. The accident happened the night of August 22nd in the area of Northern Boulevard near Louisville Street. 34-year-old Louise Jackson suffered critical injuries and was taken to a local hospital where she died on Tuesday. The cause of the accident remains under investigation. Montgomery police have identified the person killed in a weekend shooting. The incident happened just after 2 a.m. Saturday in the 3500 block of Carter Hill Road, where 26-year-old Dennis Hall Jr. was found shot and killed. This is Montgomery's 44th homicide so far this year. Suspect and motive remain unknown. Montgomery police are looking for a man wanted for first-degree robbery. 39-year-old Kenyatta LaVar Johnson is known to have friends and family in Montgomery and is believed to still be in the area. Johnson is 5'11", 195 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. If you have any information as to the whereabouts of Kenyatta LaVar Johnson, please contact police. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Donkey Lori, who's been patient. Hey, Donkey Lori, how you doing?
Hey guys, doing good. I wanted to put an exclamation point on what I was telling Eddie. Because I don't have a freezer full of grouper.
You just put. Keep going, Lori. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Eddie accidentally cut you off there.
Oh, okay. But I just was Eddie. The reason why I brought up Don and Sharon from Woodcraft is that they're getting grouper from Destin that's on their menu regularly now. So you can get a grouper Cobb salad or a grouper sandwich there. And because I haven't been to Florida on grouper fishing in forever, and I love me some grouper, at least I got somewhere local I can get it. But that's not why I called. I have a story about my baby brother. We're 18 months apart. We're Pensacola babies who were born and raised on the beach there.
Mm-hmm.
But So when my brother was 3 years old, my mom was a single mom. She was a hippie. She was a hard worker, but she was a hippie. When my brother was 3 years old, he went out the front door of the house, which we played outside all the time, went down the street, crossed a major boulevard over to Woodham High School because these high school students started calling him across the street, you know, to get him to come to them. And I guess they were worried about it. But anyway, somebody called the cops. The cops brought my baby brother home. This is a true story. My mom told me. So the cops, my mom comes to the door and the cops are like, ma'am, is this your son? And she's like, well, yes, he is. And they said, ma'am, normally we'd have a lot negative to say about this. But honestly, ma'am, at 3 years old, he knew his name, he knew his address, and he knew his telephone number.
That's good.
And we're super impressed with the fact that your 3-year-old son, who could, you know, they're learning to talk, but we were way smarter back then. We didn't get tablets and stuff like that. We were just smart. So anyway, yeah, my baby brother got brought home by the cops at 3 years old, but he could recite his address. He knew his address where he lived.
That's really good. As
Isn't
somebody
that awesome?
with 4-year-olds,
That's
I can't
awesome.
imagine. Yeah, that's great.
That's very awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you did a story based on that story, not the first one we let off with that last segment. Thank God.
What was the first story?
Oh, how there's a sex recession, and then this guy off air talking about all his conquests.
I did not talk. No, Joey Clark. Don't bring that up. Don't put that in my
Oh, wait, you were talking about fishing. Sorry.
Thank you.
You can get confused sometimes.
I mean, if I was in the younger generation, I'd be afraid.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to just go, you know,
afraid
do
of
what we did
what?
when we were younger, our generation, because you don't know if these people, you know, related themselves as, you know, hey, I'm, you know, in my other identity, I'm a cat that likes to sleep with both sexes of cats. I mean, people are just weird and creepy nowadays.
That's
I
a
don't
good
blame
point.
them. A good shout out to the younger generation that isn't sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, because you may sleep with a guy may pick up a Janie and she might actually be a Harry and not find out until
Yeah, but we need some more population. We need some workers. We can't let the population thing go down now. We got to get the things going back again.
Oh, it's just there is a lot to be scared of. Apparently, there's a deadly kissing bug parasite that's now in 32 states, and I think that includes Alabama. You might not even know you have it.
Really?
You've been kissing?
What?
You've been kissing too much? You've been kissing some
It's
weirdo?
mono?
Some
I remember
stranger?
I had a chick that had mono one time. She was great.
Good God.
She was my girlfriend.
Nobody likes a bragger.
No, she was my girlfriend. It was great.
Yeah, okay.
And I wanted to say this about insurance costs. Are we shocked that insurance rates are going up when how many illegals came across the border and they handed them all these benefits and everything, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there that works hard and pays taxes, we're paying for that. So
Well,
we're the ones that.
Not only that, what about the COVID vaccines that they gave a good chunk of the population that they know is going to come back and hit them in the butt because they're going to be paying claims. Folks going to the hospital and everything else. So, yep.
There was another book that came out after the one about the athletes. I've got on my bookshelf. I actually bought several copies and loaned it out to people, but it's Cause Unknown on the COVID deaths, the epidemic of sudden deaths in 2021-22, and the book is really based on like young, very healthy athletes. But What the Nurses Saw is another book that came out that I got a couple of years ago. That yeah. But anyway, listen, back to a lighter note. I mean, if you're going to have a kid that's going to be getting out on you like that, teach them your address.
Yes.
Teach them their address and their phone number so they know how to get back home.
Love
idea.
it. Well, appreciate it, Lori.
Thank you, Lori.
Y'all have a great day.
You too, hon.
Bye.
Let's go to Austin Barenko with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, how you doing today?
Austin.
You know, as a Bama grad who works in the office with some Florida State grads and some Auburn grads, I've been roasted the last 2 days at work. So I'm actually hiding out in my car taking this call right now because I'm sure as soon as I walk in, I'm going to hear it again.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What do you think about Coach John Gruden for the Crimson Tide?
Hey, I'm not ready to punt DeBoer yet, but I feel like our fan base is getting restless, and Gruden could be a welcome face into a franchise. It sounds like we're in desperate need, but we're not panicking early. Florida State could be better than people think, but man, we got to figure something out quick.
Maybe those TikTok videos. Maybe we did more practice on the field instead of the TikTok videos. Maybe
And you don't got to tell me. I don't disagree. And my group chats are all echoing that same sentiment, which is, man, more time on the field, less time in social media, and maybe we'll have a better on-field product.
No doubt.
Here. Now, I ran across a clip. I believe the White House put this out. Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller says, quote, "We need to start cutting rates at the next meeting. Over the next 3 to 6 months, we could see multiple cuts coming in." Is it usual to hear a Fed governor putting that out publicly like that?
Yeah, the Fed is kind of in turmoil now and battling back and forth with the White House. I think that there's some pressure being put on them, and they've already kind of forecasted that we're going to get a cut September 17th. But it sounds like, we could get into a cycle of cutting, which would be welcome news, especially for the mortgage brokers in town. But I certainly think we get the first one. It wouldn't surprise me to get more. That's what most of the data is telling us right now. Another thing I found interesting, just kind of watching markets kind of come back down to earth over, the long weekend, and we're kind of relatively flat. Nasdaq's up a little bit, Dow's down a little bit, S&P is relatively flat, less than 10 basis points up. But this morning, and really even through lunch today, gold, silver, copper, platinum, uranium, cobalt, all of these either precious metals or rare earth minerals are through the roof over the last several days, some of them hitting all-time highs. And to me, that typically signals some type of scare in either the U.S. dollar as a store value or inflation scare. So, neither of them are ideal, but the fact that people are fleeing to these precious metals and rare earth minerals signals one of those two things. And so I'll continue to watch that closely. We hold a handful of these throughout various portfolios of ours, and our performance has been really good over the last several weeks. But buoyed by those items today, which over the last several weeks hasn't been the case. It's been the equity markets that lead, but equity markets have cooled off a bit, and now we're seeing these kind of what I would call stored value markets or just commodities, precious metals starting to pick up again. So it's interesting. I expect cuts, at least one, potentially another before year end. But we are at a weird shift in the market right now, and I think there's some uncertainty to get back to the Fed and the tariff discussion. I see that Trump's got some, battle coming up to the Supreme Court about the validity of his tariffs, and I think the markets are trying to price in. All right, we've already priced in tariffs. We've settled into this concept. Is the Supreme Court going to pull the ripcord on that? Are we going back to where we were in January? And do we have to price in that again? We don't know. And one thing I can tell you markets hate is uncertainty. And I'd say right now, revolving, around all the major asset classes, there's a little bit of uncertainty. We just don't know the outcome of these things. And so time will tell. But right now, markets are relatively happy. I don't think we're having, any major pullback in the short term. But depending on the way that Supreme Court case plays out and the way these Fed cuts go into quarter four, volatility could ramp up again.
Well, folks, if you're looking for this sort of expertise and insight on the broker side into markets or across the board, they're at Invista Advisors. They offer personalized financial planning services, a lot of experience, and a very collaborative, multidisciplinary team approach. Whether you're an individual or a family, wherever you are in life, or you need some business consulting, maybe help managing a charity, nonprofit, these sorts of things, they can help you out there at Invista Advisors. You can always check them out at InvistaAdvisors.com or just call them direct at 387-0094. When you call them up at 387-0094, be sure to say, hey, I heard Austin Branco on the Joey Clark Show. Want to see what y'all can do for me.
Awesome. Joe, you and Eddie have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.
See you, Austin.
Appreciate it, man. Again, folks, that's Austin Branco with Invista Advisors.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Let's go to line 2, see who this is. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call.
What's up, Sammy?
Yeah, I'm having a beautiful morning here on the south side of Montgomery.
I'm glad things are getting better for you.
Yeah, things are getting better, but I was going to say y'all look good on the stream this morning.
Thank you.
This afternoon. Mom's fine. She
good.
she got dehydrated over, we're going to do something on a holiday.
Yeah.
One of us is going to the ER, but it wasn't me this time. But she's great. She is great.
Good to hear.
I saw her a little earlier. She'll be home soon. But here you go. I just thought I'd share. It's the classic story Mom told me many a time. 1967, I was 2 years old, going on 2. There were apartments at the Good Street apartment.
Yep.
And I jumped up out of a tub that she had me in on the second floor. And behind her back, I ran out down the stairs, out down the sidewalk, buck naked. I made it to the corner there, Good Street and Fairview. There was a Sears next door.
Yep, Sears Roebuck.
Yeah, the bomb said traffic stop. But that is just a youngin' man. I was waving. I was just so happy,
Were you just glad to be alive that day, Sam, and you just felt like you needed to go let everybody know?
I feel that way every day.
That's good.
That's right. If I just run down the street naked waving at folks, I can't get any happier.
It's nothing personal. He's just having a good day. That's
it, man. And it wasn't long after that they moved out of the apartments and think about it. You're 22 years old, young couple. Dad working, mom home, and they bought this lovely house. We were on the south side of town. Wasn't no problem.
Yep.
Our times have changed.
Good times.
Yeah, man, Eddie, I saw your pictures. All I can say is I figured the Game Awards after you. That was a good-looking catch, brother.
We had some good ones. The worst was when you'd reel in it'd be a 30, I think the limit was 38 inch. You had to have minimum 38 inch for an amberjack. So you'd fight this fish for 20 minutes and he'd be 37 3/4 and they got to throw him back.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know how many of them we did. Oh, yeah.
But you know what? It's all for the best.
Oh, it was great. Great. The biggest thing with me that you get to do some good socializing with folks, and I don't get to see them but a couple times a year. So it's a great time. Great time.
Oh, your video clips, that energy comes through. Everybody on the boat pulling and cranking, and cranking.
That's it. I think at one point on the boat, all of us were hooked up at one time. I mean, it looked around, everybody was hooked up.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Well,
good.
Anybody, like I said, that catch, there was y'all brought back quite a few fish. So,
we did.
Man, it showed. That's all I got, fellas. Just good afternoon, and thank y'all.
Good to see you, Sam. Later, bro.
Keep on streaking.
Thank you, sir.
We're streaking.
272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. So the Epstein stuff is all back.
So explain to me. I thought, just simpleton here, but I thought we were told we were not allowed to see it by the courts. But then as of today, maybe yesterday, something changed.
Yeah, some has been released very heavily redacted by Comer's oversight committee.
Okay.
You had Anna Paulina Luna coming out saying there's a lot more in here than we suspected. What did she say? It's far bigger than anyone imagined, insisting the wealthy and powerful must face prison time.
I agree with
you
that.
have some Epstein survivors. They met with Comer and some members of Congress today, and out of that meeting with the survivors, people said, yeah, we definitely need to release this stuff. Some of the survivors saying they'll just release their own list.
That's what I kind of was wondering, too. If you're a survivor of it, and I guess you'd have to worry about liability and somebody suing you and having to prove it, but I think I would tell my story.
Right. And then, of course, Trump is asked about it while he's meeting with the president-elect or something like that of Poland.
Yeah.
Let's listen in to President Trump.
Says he doesn't think you're implicated in these files, but many of your friends and donors may be, and he says that's why the Justice Department is redacting them and slow walking the release. Is the Justice Department protecting any friends or donors, sir? So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied. From what I understand, I could check, but from what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given. But it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president. Even if you look at D.C. right now, D.C., it's a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone. That's a term. It's a term of art. It's a safe zone because it's very safe. You can walk down the street now and nothing's going to happen. No crime, no murders, no nothing. Because we had a lot of problems with certain places, and we still do. All run by Democrats, or for the most part, run by Democrats. So what they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is
get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success like ending 7 wars. I ended 7 wars. Nobody's going to talk about because they're going to talk about the Epstein, whatever. I understand that we were subpoenaed to give files, and I understand we've given thousands of pages of files. And I know that no matter what you do, it's going to keep going. And I think it's enough, because I think we should talk about the greatness of our country and the success that we're having. I think we're probably having, according to what I read, even from 2 people in this room, we're having the most successful 8 months of any president ever. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
I agree with him to a point, but the harder, and you know this, Joey, the harder you say, no, don't look here, I want to look there. Yeah. And honestly, everything else he says is 100% correct. So why not just lean into this?
Well, it's also, you promised it.
Just let it go.
You and your administration promised it.
Exactly. But unless that just makes me think, okay, there's more on there than being let out about him or about his donors. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But just human nature makes me go, what's he hiding?
Well, let's get some of the scene, because you had Marjorie Taylor Greene out there. You had Anna Paulina Luna. You had many of the survivors of the Epstein stuff out there, victims of this stuff out there. And, of course, Thomas Massie, I would say, is leading the charge in Congress. If you're just listening, he's standing in front of a podium with a lot of microphones that says Epstein Files Transparency Act. Let's listen in to Congressman Massie.
O'Connor for co-leading this effort to bring transparency and justice for these victims. I hope my colleagues are watching this press conference. I want them to think, what if this was your sister? What if this was your daughter? When these survivors speak, the Washington establishment is asking the American public to believe something that is not believable. They're asking you to believe that 2 individuals created hundreds of victims and they acted alone, and that the DOJ has no idea of who else might have been involved, that nobody else did anything that rose to a criminal enterprise. The American people know that's not true. Now, the Speaker of the House just offered a fig leaf to my colleagues. They're going to vote on a non-binding resolution today that does absolutely nothing. I appreciate the efforts of my colleague, James Comer, who's leading the Oversight Committee. They may find some information, but they're allowing the DOJ to curate all of the information that the DOJ is giving them. If you've looked at the pages they've released so far, they're heavily redacted. Some pages are entirely redacted. And 97% of this is already in the public domain. So I'm calling on my colleagues. Be one of the next 2 who sponsors this discharge petition. I think it's shameful that this has been called a hoax. Hopefully today we can clear that up. This is not a hoax. This is real. There are real survivors. There are real victims to this criminal enterprise. And the perpetrators are being protected because they're rich and powerful and political donors to the establishment here in Washington, D.C. So today we're standing with these survivors, and we're giving them a voice, and I want to close by thanking them. They are brave. I hope they encourage other survivors to come forward and to tell their stories, not just of Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell, but anywhere in the country. This is a message that we are sending. This is a litmus test. Can we drain the swamp? Are there people who are outside of the reach of the law? I don't think there should be. So hopefully today we'll get 2 more signatures on the discharge petition. That's all we need.
That is to force a vote in Congress to release
Which I love
everything.
that. I know which way they're going to vote. They'll show us the scumbags they really are, but I want that.
Now, here's Anna Paulina Luna after meeting with some of the victims earlier this morning.
Bigger than I think anyone anticipated.
Bigger than anyone
we
anticipated.
We are obviously going to be requesting these SARS reports from Treasury, and also following up on that. There's some very rich and powerful people that need to go to jail. I think everyone's been frustrated as to why that hasn't happened before. But it is very much so a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset working for our adversaries. But also, too, I think the questions that we have is how much did our own government know about it? And so there's more to follow, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from the chairman momentarily. But I do applaud the victims from coming forward, because we heard from a woman who was as young as 14 years old when she was victimized multiple times by Jeffrey Epstein. So that's hard to hear.
You signed the discharge petition, the Massie discharge petition?
I think that the files will probably be released prior. I don't know why Comer hasn't. I think that he should do it, so it wouldn't even have to come to a vote. But I mean, obviously, I've been a huge advocate, even when I was the only one in Congress calling for the release of this file. So I think I'd be happy to, yes. Thank you.
Do they call for the victims? Do they want those files released?
The victims want information to be out there, but they don't want their personal information, I think, for good reason to be out there. So I think from the get-go, even the Attorney General has stated that there's victim information that you have to make sure that's private, being that some of the victims also, too, are as young as 14, that's child pornography. No, thank you, guys.
And yet you have the president and the White House going, it's a big hoax, and then you have all these conservative members of Congress.
Somebody's got to get to Trump.
No, and the question is, like, because I don't think it's Trump himself.
No, I think it's someone's just not telling the truth and how the American public really feels about this.
Well, some folks are thinking it might be his longtime friend, the current Commerce Secretary. He was apparently neighbors in New York with Epstein for a long, long time.
And that's the case. And I'll be honest, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Pope himself. It's time for this kind of stuff to these people to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And and I love Donald Trump to death. I think he's a great president. But however, if he's going to stand in the way of justice, then, got to get out of the way, man. Can't support you on that.
Well, here's one of the Epstein victims coming out and saying, well, we're just going to release our own list if Congress isn't going to actually get on this thing.
Is justice, release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details on that.
So something's going to be dropping for too long. But I'm still a little like, why is he doubling down on the whole it's a Democrat hoax thing?
Yeah.
Something off there. I mean, even NBC did a panel with a bunch of the Epstein survivors. And of course, they had to ask the question, did anybody see or hear of President Trump himself doing anything inappropriate as related to Jeffrey Epstein? Asked a bunch of different folks that question. Let's listen in. Short answer.
I do have to ask, and I know, and it's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
Everybody said no. And yet, like, who knows? There is something swirling that we don't know about yet. Something has Trump spooked.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Maybe that guy you mentioned,
might be Lutnick.
I don't know, but I don't. At this point, I don't care who it is. We've accepted this kind of BS for too long and just went, well, and it never gets better. It only gets worse. The next one's going to be worse. We got to stop that forgiveness. We got to start holding these folks accountable.
And then here's another one of Massie being asked about, like, why does he not have all the signatures yet? What's actually going on here in terms of the behind-the-scenes pressure campaign. Let's listen in. And again, this is Congressman Thomas Massie, Republican from Kentucky.
Well, the question is, why are they doing the pressure campaign? Why are they doing that? Why do they? Because they don't want the files released. Look, if my legislation were redundant, why would the White House be trying to stop it? It's not redundant. There are things that the White House doesn't want out there. that my legislation would cause to be released, and that even the White House doesn't believe that the Oversight Committee has released them.
And then you remember Tim Burchett.
Yep.
Like he's coming out saying, yeah, after meeting with these victims and survivors, like
that's the thing. It's hard to tell someone that you're not important when they tell you their story. And it's one that, you don't want to repeat because it's so graphic.
Yeah.
You have to face the truth.
So we'll keep watching, but now we knew it was coming, that this was not going away once Congress got back into session. Oh, by the way, they have till like the end of the month to figure out the budget so we don't shut down again.
Oh, wow.
The government doesn't
You
shut
want
down.
$20 on we're going to shut down? Or would you like to say they'll save us just in the nick of time?
You want to empower the Trump OMB like nothing else would? Well, we've decided like 80% of you are non-essential because we're in a shutdown. Like, go ahead and make my day.
Yep.
So I don't know if the Democrats are going to play brinksmanship on this one. I don't think so.
I don't know. I kind of think their hands are a little bit tied, but every time I think that, Joey, they double down on stupid. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like what's interesting to me is the Epstein thing is sort of the traditional Republican people that have been on the Trump train. There's two different camps, but have been on the Trump train since the beginning are going to discount this, say, why are we even talking about it? They're probably going to echo the president. And of course, Democrats are going to pounce because they smell blood in the water.
Yeah.
They're like that shark that took your grouper and your snapper.
But if you show them that there's just as many Democrats, or when you point out to them there's just as many, they get quiet.
Well, but then what's interesting, though, is, again, what put Trump over the top in 2024 were independents. So you got to wonder, independents loved his recent crackdown on crime, but independents hated the initial about face on the Epstein stuff. Now that this comes back, who knows?
I still don't know if it's getting better for him.
It's a big mystery.
Because now you got people thinking, all right, what's the angle? Why is he hiding it? What's,
Can't help but think it.
Right. Your people.
Right.
You campaigned on, we're going to see all this.
What's got you spooked, sir?
Yep.
This is part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. They're ready to help you folks out, whether you're looking to buy a home or refinance that current home.
I'm working with Madeline right now on a deal that we knocked out quickly. In fact, we are going to close on this house in 2 days.
Wow.
In under 2.5 weeks. This was a FHA loan, and Madeline was able to put everything together. And we had, with every real estate deal, you have hoops you have to jump through. She helped us out through that. And like I said, we are closing Friday. First-time home buyers. And I sent them to Madeline with intent because they are first-time home buyers. I wanted to make sure I could give them all the information I knew, but I also wanted Madeline to do the same.
Awesome.
Worked out.
And we've seen it happen again and again and again, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Work with Kim and Madeline there at Alabama Home Mortgage. They can walk you through the process. Or if you are looking to get credit card debt off your back, second mortgage maybe you took out, or just want to reinvest in your property, or go on that big family vacation, whatever the reason, whatever your goal, they can help you with a great refinance deal. Y'all call them up today, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians. but we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
Big news! Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway, still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care, just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Is foot pain holding you back? Visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and the legal trouble's down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the River Region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Just a few tweaks in a very summer-like forecast for the next few days. Today, I think we'll be flirting with 90 degrees with a sun and cloud mix. I've got the rain chances pretty small, maybe 10% today, and then it will stay generally 20% or less Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend as well. Temperatures are getting hotter. We'll be in the low 90s on Thursday. I think we'll be closer to the mid 90s on Friday and Saturday. And lows at night will be in the 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader, co-host here in the studio with me. And Rubio has spoken up about this whole strike they did on what they're calling narco-terrorists.
I think they're going to do a lot more of these.
Kind of terrorist are you?
You're bringing in the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
We got our own drugs. We don't need your drugs.
Well, let's listen in because Secretary of State Rubio asked about it. Is this right? Is it a war crime maybe? Like, that's just, it's a crime. It's a war crime to stop a normal crime with martial capabilities or something like that. Anyway, let's listen in to the Secretary of State.
The United States has long, for many, many years, established intelligence that allow us to interdict and stop drug boats. And we did that. And it doesn't work. Interdiction doesn't work because these drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo.
10.
They bake it into their economics. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them. The President of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison. And under President Trump, those days are over.
And it wasn't a one-off. Rubio says strikes like these will happen again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No, and I get their point about deterrence.
Yeah.
Oh, a few of our guys got caught. Wait, are they going to that one jail that we got a guy there? Yeah, they are. Well,
Yeah.
they're fine.
But a lot of times those guys are, it's you're going to do this or I'm going to kill you. But if they know they're going to die either way, they'll have a lot less interest in it.
Oh, yeah. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what is the potential response.
Oh, they'll double down. You start flooding. You put so many targets out there that it makes it a little bit more difficult. Then you'll put a target out there that's got medical supplies in it.
Yeah.
And then you'll start crying.
They're going to start holding hostages like they're
I don't think they'll do the hostages yet, but I guarantee they'll do some, hey, you're hurting our hospitals, our medical, our food. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a bit of a wake-up call. Like, we're not stopping your boat. We're blowing you up from a sky robot.
One of the biggest
Stop
things,
it.
and I think Troy would agree with me if he were here, one of the big things in Afghanistan and Iraq that affected the population was the fact that they could strike whenever they wanted from the sky without you even knowing until you were dead.
Yep.
You put that in people's head and you let people see that and they quickly realize you're like a superhero and I'm not even messing with you. That's it, man.
And it, of course, continues to build resistance when you're talking about like somebody's own backyard. But it's even more serious if it's like, no, this is our backyard. This is our threshold. Stop crossing it now. And it also is interesting that they've labeled them like not just like an independent group. No, you're working at the behest, Trinidad Aragua, or working at the behest of Maduro in Venezuela. So who knows? Maybe an invasion of Venezuela or something is imminent. But I doubt they're going to do a full-on invasion. I think they're going to continue to do these sorts of
This is cheaper. This is more effective.
Mm-hmm.
This is much more effective.
Well, like Trump and team ain't playing. They're not playing on the crime thing. I mean, what do you make of this? Did you see that the mayor of D.C., because 30 days pretty much up, has said the local PD will be cooperating with the federal police indefinitely.
I think you can't argue with we had 7 murders last week and none this week.
Right. Or she did, Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C., put out there that at this time period last year, carjackings are now down 87%. Holy crap.
Right.
Holy crap.
And you got people that
reduction.
That can feel they can report crime again because there is something being done about it.
Right.
Whereas before, and we've been there, somebody breaks in your car. The only reason I'm calling the cops is because I have a cop report for the insurance company.
Sure. Right. Oh. Wasn't even that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Just trying to, somebody on the night shift who's a little bored. And you want to come over and do some forensics?
Not really.
No, oh no. The last time that happened, the cop got all excited. He's like,
They get to break out the fingerprint
because
kit
he goes,
and everything.
oh, there's blood. Cool. I'm like, I wonder how new this guy is, or how jaded he is. How like he's
brand new, fresh out of the
No, and I
academy.
did ask him, and he's like, you got excited about that. He goes, yeah. Usually there's no blood, and we can't find him. Well, we find this guy.
Did they find him?
No. And it's like, do I really want to press charges? Like, I have to go to court and do all that? No.
That's the other part of it. Yes, your anger. You're angry. You're teed off. But at the end of the day, you going to court. What's that going to do? It's
I
wasn't
even that angry. I was more annoyed. I was
Yeah,
like,
and it's just going to bother you more. It's more of a crap. Now I got to go do this instead of live my life.
And follow around this person I don't want to know.
Right. And on top of
essentially.
that guy's going to get maybe a week, but he's going to look at you across the courtroom. and go,
Right. Yeah. No,
I'll see you in about a week, brother.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. But when you do have a strong judicial system, when you do have a strong police system and very earnest policing of your neighborhood, you are a little more quick to cooperate, say, with the authorities out there.
You feel part of it. You're buying in.
But we really do seem to be in this era of like the Constitution. Like what Constitution?
What Constitution?
Like now we should be careful saying that because there's a lot of parts of it that still hold true that we like very much.
We keep losing.
Right. We don't want to be England
No free speech over there.
Good God. See, the comedian got arrested for like social media posts? What?
Dude, they arrested an old man, like a 70-something-year-old man for a social media post. He said he's made like 4 of these in his life. So the 4th one got him arrested.
That's insane.
What?
That's insane.
And all he's doing was commenting, and I didn't read the whole post, but he was commenting on what was going on in their country, his own personal opinion with the rape situation. Why shouldn't he be able to express his own opinion? But you
Because you're
can't.
casting aspersions against somebody else. Like, for a second, I thought he just posted, Keir Starmer is a homo. Like, is that allowed in England?
No, he actually put some thought into what he was saying and basically asking what happened to our country. Off to jail with you.
Well, no, your country is occupied.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't even mean all the foreigners. I mean the weak-kneed wimps that claim to be your rulers.
To me, they got to be on the take, though, Joey. You can't. You cannot.
I think they're scared themselves.
I get it, but you cannot. And I guess it's just a different breed of people. But I could not live that lie that long. I couldn't keep selling out my own people.
But if it's all you got,
then I'm sorry, but I won't be.
No, but they also, it's not just, they don't think of it as I'm selling out my own people. They think it's like a morally good thing to do because we dominated the globe for so long. It's a very old, self-effacing, like, oh, we, the evil British Empire. And it's like,
I get it, but then you
mean compared to like every other empire that's ever existed?
And the British weren't just the worst. I mean, they were, remember old Genghis?
And the Persians and
Well,
the Romans.
It just, that's what bothers me, though. It's just, it's ridiculous all the way around. And
it's like the Chinese dynasties, though. They were so sweet.
Joey, they just knew how to take care of
Japanese, when they got all imperialistic, so nice about it. So nice about it. So wonderful. The Koreans aren't.
They're not upset at all, are they?
Well, and it's a good thing there wasn't like, rape and murder and pillage and war all throughout the continent of Africa, stretching back to time immemorial with many competing empires.
Really?
Or wait, there were.
Yes, there were, and continue to be.
Well, and isn't it like the Aztecs were kind of
they were some of the worst.
They were kind of an empire, a colonial operation themselves.
They were some pretty good torturers too.
And they got beat up by other colonialists that came over from Spain, right? And even though like we think it's the conquistadors alone, no, I think what the conquistadors did is they recruited a lot of locals who hated the Aztecs.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a couple bucks.
So to me, it just kind of seems like, well, there's the fall. And there's the whole Cain and Abel story. It's like, and I think it's been rolling that way, one way or another, since memory served us. At least
that's people, though.
Well, and so I don't understand this self-flagellating, self-effacing like ethic of if we are weak and welcoming and never stand up for ourselves, never punish anybody that crosses the line.
Yeah.
Then it's somehow a moral. Right, like we're righting a wrong that was historical.
But it never happened that way.
Oh no.
There are more wrongs committed trying to right that wrong.
Oh, of course.
So that two wrongs don't make a right.
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And so thank God for that aspect. Like when I look at the Constitution, I don't look at it as some like sacred thing on paper. I'd look at it as an ingenious thing that a lot of the early founding fathers understood this thing would be pushed and pulled in many different directions as time went on.
And much bigger than themselves.
Yes.
They knew that this was a much bigger than
it's why they
themselves.
put all three forms. I think John Adams would have called it simple government.
Yeah.
Or it's in Aristotle. Like the classic forms of government are what? Monarchy, oligarchy, and democracy.
Democracy, yeah, yes.
And those have different ways. Like the monarch could also be a dictator, could be an emperor, and the oligarchy could be an aristocracy, it could be a plutocracy, it could be
master.
And then democracy really, when it's in full force, and the founders talked about it this way, was just mob rule.
Yeah,
and you better believe that reigned in this country a lot.
But we don't have that participation anymore.
And so ingeniously, they're like, let's stuff all three of these fundamental forces of, say, political nature in human beings into the one government, knowing that they'll crop up anyway.
Yeah.
And I think what's happened too is our technological advances outpaced our governing documents in a lot of ways.
That's still happening today.
Like, especially I look at the revolutions, why I continue to focus on like AI. Like I think it is, you call yourself state capitalism, you call yourself capitalist democracy, you call yourself whatever ism.
Yeah.
It looks like every government on earth is adopting this stuff and using it for immense means of control. Now, would I rather it be the American government than the Chinese government? Sure.
Of course.
But I'm an American, so maybe I'm being naive about my own government. I don't know.
I'm sure there are a few on each side that says the other government is better. Not as many on the Chinese side because they can't really say that. But
right. Well, by the way, on this note, of course, China and Russia and North Korea, all those folks got together.
Got together, didn't they?
And there was this weird hot mic moment.
Yeah, Joey.
Where she is talking to Putin and Kim Jong-un's walking with them, like nodding along, like I'm just here, look pretty. And the hot mic moment, this was at the Beijing World War II military parade, had Putin being interpreted to Chinese President Xi Jinping that advances in biotechnology could result in increasing longevity and even open the door to immortality. Mr. Putin's comments were relayed through a Russian Mandarin interpreter on Reuters and AP live videos, though his voice was not clearly audible. Mr. Xi, President Xi, was heard laughing at Putin's human organ transplant and longevity comment. North Korea's Kim Jong-un was also present at the parade, where the three leaders showcased their unity in front of a global audience. But yeah, it was like this creepy kind of moment. Like, yeah, you can do organ transplants over and over again, and we might be able to live to 150 years old.
Who wants that? Who wants that?
But of course, Trump not being there on the big stage.
Right. What do you say, Joey?
This is a Truth Social post he put out. The big question to be answered is whether or not President Xi of China will mention the massive amount of support and blood that the United States of America gave to China in order to help it secure its freedom from a very unfriendly foreign invader. Many Americans died in China's quest for victory and glory. I hope that they are rightfully honored and remembered for their bravery and sacrifice. May President Xi and the wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day of celebration. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America. President Donald J. Trump.
Well, I saw a thing a while ago.
Last line, man.
He said, they wanted me to see this. And I love that he calls them out. There's no BS here. They wanted me to see that. I looked at it.
Yeah. No, but that last line, please give them the warmest regards as you conspire against us. A little bit of a little cheeky there. And then, of course, as you see the president of India buddying around with everybody, President Modi.
Man, let me tell you what India's going to do. And they're very upfront about it. We're everybody's friend who's got money.
Yep.
They're very.
And it's not the worst strategy in the world.
No, it's not.
But they buy a lot of oil and a lot of military product from the Russians.
There's a lot of folks over there.
Billions, in fact. Yeah.
I wish we could sell them some toilet paper.
Right. And Putin, out of this, came out and said he's ready to meet with Zelensky, but only in Moscow.
You come to me. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go.
No.
Dude, how many people have had their last cup of tea served from Putin?
Right.
Wouldn't go.
Right. And when you look at the military parade itself, they were showcasing their new powerful nuclear triad, as well as other cutting-edge tech. This is China. That included weaponized robot wolves. Let me say that again. That including weaponized robot wolves and underwater drones. Tell me, I'm getting more right up about the three leaders and stuff. Tell me more about these robot wolves.
Oh, come on. Do you remember when North Korea, a few months ago, launched a ship? It turned into a submarine the same day.
But the Power Flex included China's first ever display of its full nuclear triad of weapons, which could be deployed from land, sea, and air, including an upgraded intercontinental ballistic missile called the DF-5C with a range of 12,400 miles.
Okay. Again.
Also capable of releasing multiple independent warheads on a single target.
Or was it just an aluminum tube dressed up like a missile with a number on it that drove down Main Street?
And it would be best not to find out, honestly. But the parade also unveiled a new cyberspace unit of China's armed forces, which will hone the country's cybersecurity defense measures. Among the most interesting and perhaps terrifying pieces of new weaponry paraded through the Chinese capital on Wednesday were so-called robot wolves. The four-legged robots can be used for a variety of integral tasks like reconnaissance and sweeping for mines, and possibly even hunt down enemy soldiers, experts told the BBC. The Chinese military also revealed a giant 65-foot submarine drone that will likely conduct surveillance and recon missions, the outlet noted. But I'm looking at it, these robot wolves look a lot like the Boston Dynamics robots.
Have you ever seen...
Well, and Taiwan's using them as police officers on the streets.
Yeah.
And I didn't see them calling them robot wolves. They called them like robot dogs or something.
Yeah, because
like
they want more of the friendlier, while your other people want this
neither
to look scary.
looks friendly.
That stupid robot. Get on a ladder. Throw a bucket of water on it. Throw it off the ledge of a cliff.
I don't like the idea of something that doesn't hurt, that doesn't have feelings, being able to have lethal means.
You know women exist, right?
They feel too much. They tell me all the time they're more emotionally intelligent.
But I remember in Los Angeles, I don't know, a year or so ago, they had a hostage situation. They sent the robot dog up. The dude opened the door, grabbed the robot dog, and drug him in the house. It's like, what? Thanks for the pet.
Yeah, but when they start putting bombs and munitions,
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, what's this dog really? He can't really grab the guy. He can't really do nothing.
And to be fair, there's no like wolf head.
Oh, there's
like if there was a real wolf head, like
Right,
there's
that
a
would
Black
make a-
Mirror episode where it feasts on flesh and it rejuvenates itself.
That would be a little more scary than just a yellow robot they
Right.
call a wolf.
Right. It's like a robot that feasts on your flesh to recharge its battery.
Is that a politician or a robot?
Oh, wow. So I'm looking at the photos of this, and it's a lot of pomp and circumstance. And if those weapons work, they are very impressive. New combat, like tank vehicles, new aerial drone launcher, and the robot wolf. A bunch of new drones, ballistic missiles, unmanned helicopters. Yeah, everybody's going to the autonomous or unmanned stuff. A laser weapon they even unveiled.
It's a lot less expensive, a lot more disposable, a lot less people crying when a robot goes down compared to a person.
True. Very, very true. So maybe
But
we have that.
The other side of that is now we'll send things in where we wouldn't send a human in before because it wasn't quite safe enough. We'll send robots in to start some crap.
Yep. Anyway, how about this? We got to hit our top of the hour break. On the other side, we need to call Michael Cohen.
Oh, yes,
We
McCall.
blew through the last half of that hour. Y'all stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A federal court hearing underway in Fort Worth, Texas, could be the final chance for families of some Boeing 737 MAX crash victims to demand criminal prosecution of the company. A quick-moving wildfire has burned some homes in a California gold rush town settled around 1850 by Chinese miners who were driven out of a nearby camp. It's one of nearly 24 fires burning across northern California. The quick-moving fire near Chinese camp is threatening the few remaining historic structures there. The fire has also closed a main highway between San Francisco and Yosemite National Park. And Hurricane Kiko has intensified into a Category 2 storm in the eastern Pacific Ocean. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. 800-226-5454.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Just a few tweaks in a very summer-like forecast for the next few days. Today, I think we'll be flirting with 90 degrees with a sun and cloud mix. I've got the rain chances pretty small, maybe 10% today. Then it will stay generally 20% or less Thursday, Friday, and then through the weekend as well. Temperatures are getting hotter. We'll be in the low 90s on Thursday. I think we'll be closer to the mid 90s on Friday and Saturday. And lows at night will be in the 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
1819 News.
An increase to premium rates for the Affordable Care Act individual market will get underway on January 1st of 2026. The Alabama Department of Insurance has now approved that rate increase for the AFA when it comes to individual market carriers in the state of Alabama. Those carriers are Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Celtic Insurance Company, and Oscar Insurance Company. The rate increase will be anywhere from 19 to 25% depending on the individual market carrier. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having the people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A former school employee has been given a split sentence for sexual misconduct with a student. Jeremy Russell worked at the Bibb County High School when he was arrested in September of 2023. Russell will serve 2 years within the ADOC and 5 years on probation. If he violates probation, he'll be sent back to prison for a full 15 years. The man accused of setting a fire within a Homewood Walmart this past August was also found in possession of psychedelic drugs. 40-year-old Mercutio Southall has been taking part in protests organized by Black Lives Matter over the shooting death of Jabari Peoples. The fire at the Walmart occurred shortly after one of those protests. Investigators determined that Southall intentionally set fire to a shopping cart full of inflammables. Southall was also found in possession of psilocybin mushrooms, which are known for their hallucinogenic properties. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com. or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. It's nice after you haven't played one in a while, then it hits back. It's good. Very disco. Especially that guitar lick there. Very disco.
I like it. I could see Neil Sean just busting out.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, welcome back to the show. This was a Wall Street Journal headline.
All right.
Americans are having less sex than ever. Married, single, young, old. A new study says Americans are in a sex recession.
Mm-hmm.
Our columnist asked the experts how to end the drought. The columnist in question here is Elizabeth Bernstein.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get this gig?
I got a feeling you would have a better answer than
I just get to travel around and talk to sex experts.
What makes them an expert?
Well, they study a lot of sex.
Prove it.
No, don't be a pervert about it.
How do I know?
They have looked at the
if
clinical
I showed you
literature.
a business card that said Eddie Bader, sex expert, would you not go, I need a little bit more than this just card here, Eddie?
No, I'm not looking to hook up with farm animals. Like,
just saying you would want some kind of resume to go with it besides just a card.
Well, especially if it's an Eddie Bader sex expert. Like sexologist might be a little...
oh, that's probably a better word.
A little better. But anyway, Elizabeth Bernstein got to go out and ask a bunch of the experts on why we're in a sex recession.
Okay.
Should I read this?
I wish you would.
She starts with a question. Lost your mojo? You're not the only one. You get your mojo and I get your baby. Americans are having a record low amount of sex, even less than they did during COVID-19, during the pandemic, according to a new study led by researchers at the Institute for Family Studies. This continues, doesn't sound very family friendly. This continues the downward shift in sexual activity that has been worrying sociologists and psychologists for decades. For the report called The Sex Recession, researchers at IFS analyzed the data on sex and intimacy in the latest general social survey produced by NORC at the University of Chicago, which was collected in 2024 and released in May. I found that just 37% of people ages 18 to 64, we're in that cohort.
That's us.
Report having, well, let's not claim we're in the cohort just yet.
I'm in the age group.
But here's what they found that just 37% of people age 18 to 64 reported having sex at least once a week, down from 55% in 1990.
Yeah.
The decline is even more striking for young adults. Almost a quarter of people 18 to 29, or 24%, said they had not had sex in the past year. This is twice as many as in 2010.
Okay, except, Joey.
Well, maybe some of us have made a choice.
No, not just that.
Oh, crap. I've revealed too much.
A lot of people don't like to admit to being, a little bit slutty. And maybe they're saying...
Oh, wait, so you don't think the reporting's correct?
No.
So people were just sluttier in 1990
Oh,
than
there's
they
no
are
doubt.
now?
They were more open about it. Look at the spandex.
But only once a week? Only 37% are doing it once a week?
Well, that explains a lot, but yeah. Well, not in Millbrook. Twice a day, Millbrook. It's always been that way.
But
up in the water.
By the way, from 2010 to now, 15 years, it was just 12% saying they hadn't had sex in the last year in 18 to 29. And now it's 24%. It's doubled in 15 years.
Well, I don't mean to be personal, but how do you fit in there?
Oh, it's been a while. But that was more a choice.
I get it.
To get life in order.
Sure. But one of the biggest things that reason people quit having sex, I think it has something to do with the wedding cake. I think there's something in it. Because before weddings, man, they're going at it like rabbits.
But much has been written in recent years about the trend of young people having less sex, attributed to everything from stunted social skills to a rise in internet pornography. Yet, the IFS study shows that the same trend holds true for people up to the age of 64. Of all sexual orientations, notice they didn't poll the older boomers because all the weird boomer sex stuff.
There's a lot of weird boomer sex. There is.
But they polled people up to the age of 64 of all sexual orientations, both married and single. After age 64, there was no significant change in the amount of people, the amount of sex people have, largely because this group reports having less sex frequently to begin with.
I want to be in that old folks home where we're just slutting it up. That's my plan. I'm going to have this good hair. I'm going to have hair still. A lot of those dudes ain't. I'm going to be above it.
By the way, did you see the meme yesterday from the Alabama delegation in the Oval Office?
I did not.
It was a close-up photo, and it's Trump in the center.
Okay.
And as you're looking at the photo, over Trump's left shoulder is Robert Adderholt.
Okay.
You've met Adderholt,
Yes.
and Adderholt's bald. Like he rocks it proud.
Yeah, he's very proud of it.
Then
Yeah.
over Trump's right shoulder, as you're looking at the photo, there's Mike Rogers. And the caption for it was, all three men experience the same ailment, but have chosen to take it on differently. There were so many Mike Rogers toupee memes. It was making me so happy that it's not just us. It's not just an a-hole on the radio who notices, like everybody.
When
notices.
you see that, you go, toupee.
Yeah, look, and it's a bad one.
Is that a Lego?
Like I would go with the Trump or the Adderholt approach.
Right.
At least Trump does the comb over thing.
I do.
And it's his own hair.
Yeah.
And
but I don't think
Adderholt
he would
just
look,
is
I don't
proudly
think
bald.
Trump would look good bald. Adderholt does. I'm accepted that, but I don't think a Trump bald would go over very well. I don't think it would. It's just like when men shave their beard, just like they'll all of a sudden it's like seeing a woman without makeup.
Yeah. Oh no. And I admit, like if I shaved my beard and slicked my hair back, I'd be freaking people out. Be like another year of no sex for you. But Elizabeth Bernstein goes on. She did talk to the experts, so we should hear her out. There are a number of decades-long trends at play, including declining marriage and cohabitation rates. People who live with a romantic partner tend to have more sex. Duh.
I disagree with that.
We've also become so addicted to our screens that we've normalized the experience of staring at them rather than interacting with the person sitting next to us. People are bed rotting, says Brad Wilcox.
Well, a lot of us are just sending memes back and forth to that person we're laying next to. So.
Yeah, Mr. Wilcox is the director of the National Marriage Project at the University of Virginia and a senior fellow at IFS who co-wrote the study. And now we appear to be having a moment. Although Americans had slightly more sex after the pandemic eased, current rates have dropped even lower than during the lockdown period when fear and stress killed our libidos. The sex researchers and therapists I talked to believe we are in a post-pandemic malaise. We're struggling to rebuild our social lives, navigate a work-life balance, and manage a growing sense of uncertainty about the world. Let's hear them out. We're experiencing a long-term atrophy of the skills it takes to maintain relationships, says Shadeen Francis, a sex and relationship therapist in Philadelphia. We're in a heightened fight or flight response because of the chaos, says Lee Phillips, a sex therapist in New York. If you are exhausted and distracted, do you want to have sex tonight? No, says Justin Garcia, executive director of the Kinsey Institute at Indiana University. I'm exhausted and distracted. That might be the only thing that fixes the problem.
Thank you.
While reporting the story, I talked to people who said that they were having less sex for all the age-old reasons. The exhaustion of parenting, relationship issues, or age. I did see a clip on that saying, wait, me and the wife haven't hooked up in a while. It's like, wait, you've got a newborn and like a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old? Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Yeah, but there are things that you both should try. Honest to God, I've seen it, lived it. You both got to try to keep that fire alive because it's hard. Once it goes out, it's hard to relight it.
But others had more of the moment reasons, worries about the economy.
Stock market's down. I'm not going to have sex tonight.
That's my favorite excuse. I've got to use that.
Not tonight, honey. The market's down. The market ain't the only thing down. I mean, come on.
I'm a little worried about the bond market. Especially after this Supreme Court or appeals court ruling on the tariffs. I'm very worried about the bond market. I'm just not in the mood.
But I wonder how many, and I've told you this before, I think there are people that as they get older, Joey, they have changes in life, not just women, but men. And I wonder how many men have kind of cooled off on the sex thing.
But they go and say worries about the economy, stress about the news, or an unhealthy attachment to their screens. Netflix, Xbox, and X all got blamed. One couple said they would rather catch up on their sleep than have sex.
Okay, they don't need to be together.
That's actually
be done.
I don't know. I think they might have something.
I can see it. That's a, hey, tonight, let's do this instead. But if that's your priority,
several women cited worries about reproductive rights. Quite a few single people explained they had stopped dating and therefore having sex because it was too expensive or disappointing.
Those are dudes.
Yeah. I definitely miss sex, says Cameron Chapman, 41, a technology writer in rural Vermont who has decided that she's happier being single.
I miss the sex, Joey.
But I don't want to give up my independence and freedom for a relationship, she goes on to say. Uneku Yakubu,
he ain't having a lot of sex anyway.
A 35-year-old biochemist in San Francisco, hasn't had sex since her long-distance relationship ended a few years ago. She says she'd like to find a new boyfriend, but is burned out on dating. It's expensive. The apps are exhausting, and she finds potential matches to be pickier than before the pandemic, less eager to get up off the couch and meet in person.
Maybe.
So Yakubu has decided to focus on her career and social life for now, joining a book club, volunteering,
50 Shades of Grey,
and attending several in-person events a week, such as picnics or open mic nights. These things have a more immediate and positive effect on my emotional well-being, she says.
She has started adopting cats yet?
We should be careful about letting our sex lives slide, therapists say.
Agreed.
Well, I mean, but y'all are sex therapists. It's kind of like the Army Corps engineers saying we need to build another bridge.
No. I think sex is a positive thing, Joey.
Sex makes us healthier, boosting our immune system, relieving stress, and helping us sleep. It connects us to our partner and makes us happier, can even make us feel as if we have a more meaning in life.
Yes.
Yeah. They've got advice. If you're single and you would like a partner, focus on meeting people in real life settings, hopefully doing something you love. If you have a partner, go to bed at the same time. Opportunity fuels action. And for heaven's sake, put down your screen. You want the first thing you touch when you get into bed to be your partner, not your phone, says Michelle Druin, a professor of psychology at Purdue. She studies the intersection of relationships and technologies. Lori Mintz, 65, said her libido tanked when she was going through a tough time recently, juggling a big work deadline and caring for sick family members. Typically, she and her husband of 40 years had sex every Sunday night, but she no longer felt motivated. When Sunday came along, I just wanted to keep working or worrying, she said. Mintz, who lives in Gainesville, Florida, is a psychologist and sex therapist and knew what to do. She rearranged her schedule to be more efficient and started exercising every day to relieve stress. She also made herself stop ruminating over things she can't control.
Good luck with that.
Most important, she decided to prioritize sex again, telling herself that it's just as important as everything else in her life.
It is.
She recommitted to weekly dates with her husband, no skipping, no matter what.
Maybe they could increase it once a week.
Sex is like going to the gym, she says. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to do it, but you always feel better.
You feel better afterwards. That's right.
I don't know if you do.
I mean, maybe not in jail, but
right.
Normally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't get much insight from the experts.
Neither did I, and there's a lot of women.
Yeah, it was.
And
I think I might be leaning more towards Eddie Bader, sex expert.
Just saying. And you don't see any pictures of those women either. So that kind of makes me think,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Put it out there.
Sure.
If you want it, it's there. As somebody that's not very attractive, but has a little bit of a sense of humor, if you want it, it's out there.
Oh, sure. But, what might be holding people back is there's all sorts of stuff that's out there. A headline in the New York Post, deadly kissing bug parasite is now in 32 U.S. states.
Yes, Flower Child sent me the name of that.
And you might not even know you have it.
Really?
A kiss might steal your heart, but this one could stop it. Health experts are warning about a deadly parasitic infection spread by so-called kissing bugs, which have now been found in 32 states across the country. By the way, I love that first sentence. It's like, dispassionate report combined with a little bit of like Satan speaking. Yes. A kiss might steal your heart, but this one could stop it. At least 8 Americans have caught, what is it, Chagas? C-H-A?
Yeah, Chagas is how I said it. But
G-A-S, Chagas disease, through local transmission, leading scientists urge the CDC and the WHO, World Health Organization, to officially declare the life-threatening illness endemic in the U.S. This is a disease that has been neglected and has been impacting Latin Americans for many decades. Norman Beatty, a Chagas expert and epidemiologist, might want to change your name, Mr. Beatty. People are going to get you confused with that Lothario Warren. But it's also here in the United States, he says. Here's everything you need to know about the deadly kiss you'll never forget. They're small black and brown insects called triatomines that feed on the blood of people, pets, and wild animals, according to Texas A&M's Kissing Bugs program. The pests earn their names because they tend to bite people on the face, especially around the mouth and eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Kissing bugs are common in 21 countries, including Mexico and parts of Central and South America, where they're considered endemic, meaning they're always present.
Yeah.
In the U.S., 11 different species have been found nationwide, with Texas, New Mexico, Arizona reporting the highest number of sightings.
Texas, Arizona.
Now, if I'm reading the Alabama one right, it says we're part of the states with reported triatomines and autochthonous animal case. What is that? Cthulhu.
And they're wondering why people aren't hooking up. They're throwing stuff like this out there, scaring folks.
But apparently Chagas disease is a deadly infection caused by a parasite and which lives in the gut of about 55% of the kissing bugs in the U.S. The pests usually infect people via the poop they leave behind near a bite wound, but it can also be spread via organ donations, blood transfusions, or mothers who pass it to their babies during pregnancy, or why more than 7 million people are estimated to carry the parasite, causing over 10,000 deaths a year.
Good Lord.
So what are the symptoms? It unfolds in 2 stages. The first, called the acute phase, hits in the weeks or months after infection. Most people show no symptoms. But if symptoms do appear, they include fever, fatigue, body aches, headache, rash, loss of appetite, diarrhea, vomiting, and eyelid swelling, or what most guys over 50 call like a normal
Yeah, that's
day.
a Tuesday. What's the deal here? Can we be a little more specific?
Do I have Chagas disease or am I,
Right, is this
am I
just a-
drinking too much
just another
NyQuil at
Tuesday?
night?
I mean,
Like, which is it? Oh, that's crazy, though. That's a nasty photo. Eyelid swelling. For a second, I thought that was John Lovitz.
Oh.
Anyway. So, there's all sorts of stuff they could get you.
Okay.
I don't know. They call it the kissing bug, but
skip
it
the
sounds like
kissing.
you could get it without even kissing anybody.
Well, first off, it's something around the poop stuff. So what are we doing getting the kissing bug when it comes from the poop? What are we doing here? I think we're messing something up there.
Anyway, we got to hit another break. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Cohen's Electronics and Appliances.
Love
And
Michael Cohen.
Normally, we talk to Michael Cohen,
I
but
couldn't get him today. I kept getting voicemail. So that tells me he's busy as he can be.
But when they're busy, it means a good thing, means they're helping out
Yep.
more and more folks. And I love Cohen's. I'm a customer myself.
You are.
My dad is a customer. My grandfather's a customer. It's multi-generational. And that's the secret of the business. They're multi-generational as well. And of course, they can match any price. And often they're beating prices of some of the
Most of the
special
time
sales
they
they
are, yeah.
have. And of course, the difference is the service they provide, not just on install, but after the sale, after the install, if something comes
That's
up.
where they beat everybody, Joey.
So whether you're looking for a new TV, new sound system, maybe a new grill, as we enter football season, you can impress somebody with a Traeger, smoke up some ribs or something, or a big old brisket. Or maybe you're looking for a new washer dryer set. Maybe you're looking to build out a kitchen with stovetop ranges. They've got it all there at Cohen's. So stop by today. You can always shop online at thinkcohens.com, but I encourage you to stop by here in Montgomery, 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. They're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And be sure to find Michael or one of the great team members there and say, hey, I heard about y'all on that show with Joey and Eddie, that radio show. Be sure to tell them we sent you. Should I just do a risky click here?
I think so.
See what we got.
I think so.
Line 2's been holding the longest.
Right.
You're on there. Who's this?
I've been sitting there listening to you guys. Y'all.
Who's this?
You got kissing bugs?
Let's do it. Hold on. Hey, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Your generation, the best things, though, man, what you trying to say?
Sure, yeah. I'll take
our generation, we didn't have a problem with none of this kind of stuff. I mean, we had the sex, we had the relationships, we had the babies.
We had the parasites and everything, right?
Well, we got some things you got to work around, yeah. But you guys just dropped the ball.
I'm telling you, Joey, what's up with that, Joey?
I think people are demoralized, actually, is the word.
Demoralized? Really?
But what I see, though, now, Montgomery is a strange city.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, if I was a young cat, what is there to do in Montgomery to meet a nice young lady?
Church.
Church. You could go to the meat market downtown.
That ain't where I'm going to stop at. I meet a nice young lady or one in between, a halfway horse kind of girl. Where can you meet those at in Montgomery, Alabama?
Did you say halfway horse?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh.
A centaur.
Halfway horse.
He's trying to bag himself a centaur woman.
He's trying to say it without saying it. But
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
Girl, yeah.
You want somebody who's got a little bit of a stone cold freak in her, right?
Nobody wrong with that.
But how did Montgomery get number 7 in the nation 2 or 3 years ago? There wasn't no sex going on.
Number 7 in the nation of what?
STDs?
STD, yeah. It wasn't no sex. If there wasn't any sex.
Those 2 or 3 people were just doing it a lot. That's all I can tell you.
A few pastors too. Like, I mean, seriously, man. Right.
Oh boy. But I saw Trump on the TV a while ago talking about the hoax stuff again. What's up with that hoax stuff he keeps talking about?
Yeah, we don't even know. We were wondering that too.
Yeah, I hate it, but I think he's having an old man syndrome right around that subject where he just don't want to talk about it.
He's very sensitive about this and that. For some reason, I don't know why.
I agree, Duke. I agree with you.
Very sensitive, but you know how it is when you and the boys hanging out, right? Once you walk off, what the boys gonna say?
They're gonna talk some crap. That's just how it goes.
They gonna say some smelling about that there. He's very defensive about this and that. But we'll see how it do at the end.
There you go.
But Eddie, you missed out on the Bama talk yesterday. What's your opinion about Bam Bam?
Man. I enjoy their TikTok videos.
You love it. Did you love it?
I love it every minute of it.
Man,
I love we miss Nick Saban songs that are going around. And even somebody put it out this weekend while we were down at the beach said, hey, Nick is going to come back. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's done. He retired. You not know what retired means?
Well, they based this on an interview he had where he said that he was doing a little bit too much work around the house for Miss Terry. So they said, oh, he's fixing to come back. No, he's not. He's fixing to hire a maid.
Hey, Joe, these Bama's serious about that thing, though, ain't they,
boy?
boy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Ooh,
they get spoiled.
I like it, man.
They get spoiled, man.
But they've been spoiled before, though, but, man, it just...
Well, it really hurts when the Gus bus backs back over you. That really hurt, man.
That was Gallon right there.
I will say yesterday, it warmed my heart as an Auburn fan when Trump, right next to Katie Britt, goes, looks like Alabama lost this week. Yes. She's like, that. We shouldn't mention that.
I love that, Joey. I absolutely love that. And then today, I think today or yesterday, he was putting his ring out there. Oh, Coach Tuberville was putting the ring out.
I got it here. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Gus smiling. They took a picture of Gus just smiling after that game. I look at him. He loved that boy.
You know that's the happiest day of his life, man.
Oh, he's out of whoop down my ass again.
Again. Yep.
Nick cost me my job. Then I get paid back hell.
Yeah, on the Will Kane show, I pulled it up. There's Tuberville showing off his 2004 ring.
Puts it out there, buddy.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. And don't you know all these Bama going to be watching the rest of Florida State games?
They're hating on him, buddy. Hating on him bad.
Oh, yeah, man. Shoot. But back to the women, folks. I don't know what's going on. Here's one issue that I see when then my wife out. Everybody buried in that damn phone.
Oh,
So,
that's definitely an issue.
How can you meet somebody buried in the phone?
Well, but my theory would be that you're on the dating app or whatever, but it's not. It's people on a date and they're ignoring their date and being on the phone. And
right.
I see that both guys and gals, or guys and women. And
yeah.
It's kind of disrespectful on a first date.
I'll admit my issue is not so much being on the phone. It's more like, well, number one, I haven't tried in a while, but number two, like I have trouble like actually liking somebody. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I don't want to like trick her or like charm her when I don't actually like her.
There are times when my experience that I've met someone and wasn't particularly crazy about them, but eventually over a few dates or whatever, I kind of found something that I really liked. But I've had those ones where you're 5 minutes into the date, you're like, I've got to go. This ain't going to work. Let's just put the check and get out of here.
If you got a little money, a couple of dollars, something, something to try.
Got some hunting land, something, good boat.
Hunting land, a boat, you gotta know how to do it now, Joey. We teach some boy hang out with us when we're younger, and singing now. But
when you get much older, Joey, and you say single, you're gonna have to start asking for credit reports.
For what?
Credit reports.
Credit reports?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I've already started thinking about that.
We just want to make sure
my credit's right.
Right,
My
your credit's
tight.
right. You don't need somebody pulling it down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, true.
Moo always available though, Joey.
Well, she doesn't know how to not make a scene.
That's true. That's very true. She wants her attention.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, I messed around and took a one of those Zyrtec, the Walmart brand.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm having to drink a Coca-Cola, not trying to get back.
This is a reoccurring problem for you during allergy season.
This crap.
Yeah,
man. When the weather changes a little bit,
yeah,
it cold,
I'm right there with you.
It just messed with me, man. And I took this crap last night. Now,
It's okay,
I'm still dealing with it.
Yep.
Well, good luck with that. I got more calls here, Duke, but I appreciate it, man.
All right.
See you, Duke.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is DJ CJ.
Hey, DJ TJ, what's up?
Hey, I was going to weigh in on the whole, I guess why people in the younger ages are having a lack of sexual relations, man.
Sure.
And I feel like, because I know, at least within my friend group alone, it's actually an issue. Man, that early onset ED is just a letdown. And a lot of us are just kind of like, man, what's the point? I know I'm just going to be a disappointment. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
before
it is kind of crazy. I'm going to do a shameless plug for you. Guys, if you're under 40, please go check out Montgomery's Men's Health.
That's
because
right.
It helped me out.
Here.
I hear that from people on the regular. That's probably one of the most popular feedback I get on commercials.
Well, you get your confidence back.
Yeah,
I mean, it
big
works
time.
again. And no, you're right. It's a deadly cycle where one or two times it doesn't work, and then you're like, I'm just useless.
Right.
So you're right.
What's the point? And then you're not sleeping well, and you're groggy at work, and you're just always tired. And it's just weird, man. It's crazy
true.
how low T does that to you.
Big time.
So, gentlemen, you heard it here.
Yep.
Go to Montgomery Men's Health. They can help you out.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think a lot of younger people are starting to get into politics, and then if you have a certain views, like say you're conservative, or you knock out half of the women that are opposite leaning, or vice versa.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and then I used to think political arguments could maybe be like foreplay or something, but that
nerd.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Eddie.
All right, guys, you guys have a good one.
Appreciate it, man.
See you, man.
I have to defer to the sex expert over
sexologist. I thought we were going with sexologist.
That's just the funniest thing ever.
I'm gonna get some business cards now.
Eddie Bader, sex therapist.
Sex therapist.
Yeah.
Nah, I like sex expert.
You like sex expert?
Yeah, because I don't want to be a therapist.
Well, what if you just shorten it to sexpert?
Ooh,
Eddie Bader, sexpert.
That's efficient. That's pretty good.
I can't believe your wife lets you hang out on this show. Let's go to the phones and talk to Thunder. Hey, Thunder.
Well, I'll tell you what, y'all have had an interesting conversation this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been sitting there and I've been laughing at every minute of it. And then I recognized the fact. Everything you guys say about what y'all are looking for or what you're not looking for, women need to be doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
And most women don't stop to think about that. Here it is. I have now been contentedly divorced for 25 years. And I had rather be contentedly divorced than I had be with someone who I found out just because he may have good sex, I can't stand him.
Yeah, it happens. I see that.
And that needs to go on both sides. People need to understand having good sex means that you really, really, really like the person that you're with. And if you don't like them, it ain't worth it.
Well said.
Yep.
So thanks, guys. Y'all keep up the good work. I know you're providing a service that no one else is providing on air these days.
That's true.
So y'all are doing fine.
Well, thank you, Thunder.
Thank you, Thunder.
Thanks, guys. Y'all keep it up.
You have a great day.
Later.
Anyway, like, I don't have a solution to it. Like,
I do.
What?
Go out. Get out there.
Get out there.
Get out there. It's
Make
not that
some
hard.
mistakes, young man.
You're going to make some mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
The first date I ever went on with Susanna,
Yeah.
I shot a lemon at her, hit her right in the face. So it happens.
Wait, the actual fruit.
Yeah, it was getting tea, and I went to squeeze it in the thing. It hit her right in the face. Right. So I was like, but it worked out. I recovered.
For a second, I thought you were quoting Led Zeppelin, the Lemon song. Like, good God, Eddie.
No,
Good
Joey.
God.
Much later.
No, that's hilarious, though. Like, on the first day.
First date. First 10 minutes into the date.
That's got a sting.
Well, it does, but a guy like me that sees failure on a regular basis know how to pivot and recover. So, and that's important. And for whatever reason, I ask her all the time. I don't know why she married me. I think it was she saw potential.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did with that potential, but I think she saw it.
I think you became a beautiful butterfly. She caught you as that icy man caterpillar, and now he's that butterfly. Spread his wings, and
I've done some flying.
Anyway,
look at the time.
This part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And there at River Region Contracting, they're ready to help you with that roof of yours. And it could be just a basic inspection.
Yes.
The roof is probably, it's up there, like what? The slab, the foundation, and the roof.
You got the roof.
Like two most important parts of your house.
And honestly, a lot of people can only see about 25-30% of their roof. And what you can see is not usually where the issues are going to be. Today, I went and inspected a house this morning. Got a client thinking about buying it. Well, they thought the roof was perfect. The seller thought the roof was perfect too. But when I put my drone up in the air, I was able to show them there's about 3 or 4 shingles. They're just missing. Well, they couldn't see it from the ground. And they said, well, what do we do? What do we do? First thing I told them is I would get a roof inspection if I were you. Guess who I told them to call, Joey?
River Region Contracting.
Every time.
Well, and it could be they come on out and you don't have an issue.
Right.
So you just get peace of mind.
This one here would be a simple fix.
Right.
But they don't know.
Right. And when you find problems early, they're not going to cost us.
Right. And that's how you keep it simple.
So here's the great news of River Region Contracting. Their inspections are always free. They find an issue, they'll write up an estimate for free. And they're insurance specialists, so they can walk you through the insurance claims process, make it swift and easy. There you go.
Love them.
They'll check them out today. That number for River Region Contracting, 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi there, I'm Madeline Cannon with Alabama Home Mortgage. Getting pre-approved is the first step towards home ownership. People are often scared or nervous about taking that first step, but I'll tell you, it's nothing to be scared of. At Alabama Home Mortgage, we will take the first step and every step along the way with you. Call us at 567-4223. We will gather the information needed to tell you exactly what you qualify for. After a call to Alabama Home Mortgage, you will know what price point to shop for, what down payment is required, if any, and what your monthly mortgage payment will look like. We take all the guessing out of it. Then, when you find the house you want to make your home, you are ready to make an offer. Along with your offer, you will submit your Alabama Home Mortgage pre-approval letter. This shows sellers that you've already taken the steps necessary to ensure that you qualify to purchase their home. Wait no longer. It's time to take that first step together. Call me at 567-4223 or start the process online at myalabamahomemortgage.com.
That's Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/radio and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/radio. openphone.com/RADIO.
Big news! Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway, still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care, just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Well, folks, I made a mistake. I forgot to hit another break, which we have coming up here in a second. Did we solve all the problems for today so far?
Oh, we've got them listed out there. We don't have them solved yet, but we do have them
right.
listed.
We're very good at voicing problems,
Yes.
not solutions.
Well, that's not our job.
But I've seen like all these hawk show toasts come and go, and they're
Mhm.
always like, we're on the side of truth, and we're going to do this and that, and then like they die.
That's usually what happens.
And you're like, what did you actually solve?
Well, once they start professing that they're on the side of truth, that's usually when their sex tape or something comes out.
yeah, absolutely. And I showed you this. You did see this. But the headline, I want you to get a taste of like some of the reaction. This is from the New York Post, which I've been going to more and more. They just have good, stupid headlines sometimes, but hit the pop culture stuff pretty well. Comedian Drewski viral whiteface performance stuns fans and draws ire for racist portrayal of NASCAR fans.
Honestly, from what I looked at with you,
yeah,
it was funny.
That was the whole video. What you
saw the humor in it.
Yes.
Now I would like to ask a couple of the people after the fact. Hey,
oh yeah,
how'd that
did you
go?
know that was Drewski?
Yeah, but I thought it was truly funny.
No, but whoever did his makeup,
amazing.
Like he looks like a white dude.
No, I mean, well, the biggest thing, okay, it's one thing to do the face,
but he's got overalls with just one strap on.
His whole chest and belly and everything is out.
It look like he's kind of a sunburned redneck.
He does. I mean, the sunburn where the strap where the overalls would go. I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, no, and it's very convincing. If you didn't know it was Drewski, you probably wouldn't figure it out. His laugh gives it away. Like he has a very unique
If you
laugh.
didn't know it was him, I mean, honestly, I've seen some of his stuff. The only thing that drew me was the eyes. I could tell his eyes because I've seen him enough. But other than that, I would not have known that was him.
No, and he does in the video do like straight up racist things to black folks.
Yeah, that's the part I'd like to ask him. How did you guys, was this a setup? How did you guys take that?
He probably did that because he thought it was hilarious.
Sure.
Like, messing with this guy.
But to me, that's one of the funniest things when you can poke fun at stuff like that, Joey. And some people get all butthurt about it, but I can see that.
Yeah, it was a black guy walking over to and he goes, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm going to the race." What race? The NASCAR race. Why don't you go find something like less dangerous to do? And I was like, damn.
Right. Even the guy was like,
that's some old school racism.
But what was funny was that the young black guy that he was talking to could give a crap.
Oh, yeah. He was
I'm
like,
going to see the
whatever,
race, redneck. I could give a crap about you.
Right. So I don't know. I thought it was kind of a hilarious
I did
skit.
too.
And like, it's one of these, whoever did the makeup deserves an award or something.
It goes back to the Eddie Murphy one in Saturday Night Live where he spent the day as a white man. When I first saw it, I was like, ooh. But then 5 minutes into it, I'm laughing my butt off. It's just hysterical. You know, and to each their own, but I'm not afraid to find the humor
I'm
stuff.
sorry, the Eddie Murphy thing, you can still tell it's Eddie Murphy.
You could.
And this, it's like, that's just
I
a
can't
dude.
tell.
That's just a random redneck
Right.
there. Impressive stuff. And I think it's hilarious. Once you know it's him, if you're familiar with him,
Yes, and his work,
it's
yeah.
it's so damn funny. Like, and that guy makes me laugh hard.
Him and Theo Vaughn did that
Oh,
movie.
my God.
I don't know. I think they took it off.
And anytime those two get together, it's just so funny.
I think they took that movie out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because even he mentioned it. It was pushing it.
Folks, go look it up. It's Drewski, Druski. Drewski Whiteface. You probably find the video real quick.
Wonder how many people will find it offensive.
I'm sure there's all sorts of folks who find everything offensive
True.
one way or the other. I think it's like this guy. I like it when comedians are in a sweet spot of they're going to piss off a few people,
Yeah,
but
they do what
generally they're
comedians
doing a
do.
thing that's making light of.
We know this more than anybody. You got to put it out there. You're going to get rejected a lot, but you got to put stuff out there, and good things like this come through from that. So I love it. I do love it because I'm a guy that I think racism is absolutely one of the dumbest things we've ever done, and I love it when people poke fun at it because it just shows how stupid.
And isn't
the whole
Drewski
thing
from
is.
Bama?
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
No, and like when I saw him, I'm like, he looks like one of my uncles. Like, seriously.
That fella up in Verbena, I can't think of his name. Roll Tide Willie. They do stuff together,
right?
Yeah, it's funny, and they know the funny. They know the concept. No, they're not afraid to play that.
No, and I think that's why Drewski makes me laugh so hard. Is like he has that Alabama.
He's somebody you know.
He's got the culture in him.
Yeah, he's somebody you know you can relate with.
Right. Anyway, say what you will about our great state and our people. We certainly got a lot of problems, but man, we got some folks that love a good laugh, a good time.
We've got some great entertainers that come out of this stuff.
Mhm.
Yep.
No, even like things might be tense. I've noticed this at like I go to a city council meeting, and
Mhm.
something like really tense has just happened or whatever. Folks are still just ready to have a laugh and like get rid of the tension.
Yes.
Obviously, there are certain things you don't want to laugh about, but generally speaking, even like when you think, oh, it's going to be people that no, everybody's kind of your neighbor.
Yeah, and it kind of knocks everybody's chink off their shoulder of just relax. We're all the same here. Start with a joke, just get everybody kind of eased into it.
Anyway, this part of the program again brought to you by Dillon Rings, and they're at Dillon Rings. They are a full service jewelry
Yes, they are,
shop.
Joey.
They're ready to help you whether you're looking to buy something. They already have an inventory, especially because if you're a September baby, or maybe know somebody you love,
Sapphire.
They are featuring Sapphire. That is the birthstone.
Sapphire
for September. I think it's a pretty cool one.
I think so too.
Very cool birthstone. And of course, they have stuff that's already there, but maybe you want some custom design work done. Josh Ryder can make that happen for you. The guy is a true artist, very skilled at what he does. Best in town.
Yep, 100%.
In fact, other places send all their repair work to Josh.
To
He's
Josh.
just that
That's
good.
right.
And in fact, they do repair work, but not just on traditional jewelry. They do repairs on watches as well, including battery replacement on those watches, gentlemen. Or maybe you're looking for a spa treatment. So a piece of jewelry you wear all the time, looks like you wear it all the time, have for years. What if it could shine and shimmer like it's brand new all over
that'd
again?
be nice.
They can do that there. They can do appraisals. They can buy old jewelry off you. They can do it all. Anything concerning jewelry, get by Dillon Rings. That's 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. We've got some very warm temperatures ahead in our future for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Even the nights are warmer with low temperatures in the 70s. And the rain chances are not zero, but they're pretty small. I would say 20% or less right on through the end of the week and in through the weekend as well. Otherwise, we'll be in and out of the clouds each day. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
This is James Cole with Cole Plumbing, and I want to thank Blue Water Broadcasting. I have been advertising with them for several years, and they have brought me quality business. I really appreciate them.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
I'm seeing a Fox News story here. It says 1,000 employees for the CDC have signed a letter calling for RFK Jr. to resign. I think Bobby Kennedy's response should be shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
No, I'm tired of this. These career people, faceless, nameless. We're bigger than the duly elected and appointed folks.
That's the problem.
And you were
No one's corrected them on
explicitly
that.
put in place to shake things up.
Yep.
Tell them to go kick rocks, man.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly.
Like, and if 1,000 employees at CDC don't like it, quit.
You know what? I got 1,000 pink slips right here. Here you go.
Go away.
What's it? Vanity Fair? I don't know which magazine, but one of the magazines where they said they were going to put Laura Trump on the cover. And if they did, I think it was, anyway, if they put her on the cover, a bunch of their reporters are going to quit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It was Vanity Fair with Melania.
Melania, okay.
Yeah.
Quit. That told me right there where my layoffs need to start. Let's see. Let's look at my magazine. Has it made money in the last 20 years? No.
Yeah.
But look at this girl that's now the president's wife. She's been on our cover quite a bit back when we were successful. Let's not bring it back. Screw them, man. Quit. I got nothing for people like that. The reason you're there is to support the company. Now, if the company's doing something god-awful, say Volkswagen back in the day with the slave labor and the Jews, sure, get away from that. But that's just too much.
How dare he actually looking into an institution that hasn't been looked into forever?
Right.
Anyway.
And it really bothers me because he's there. We wanted him there to shake things up, to do what he's doing.
This is just proof he is shaking things up, thank God.
Again, this is what I voted for.
Here. Hey, this part of the program brought
Yes,
to you
sir.
by Prattville Carpet. Normally we get in touch with Ray.
Yeah,
but
getting his voicemail. So that means
Gum.
he's laying rug.
Yeah, gum.
Yep.
So, folks, if you're looking for a brand new carpet or rug
or hardwood flooring
or the luxury vinyl plank that looks like the hardwood.
Man, I've seen some beautiful stuff this weekend that I thought was hardwood. It was that luxury vinyl plank.
And it's much more forgiving in
Yes.
many ways. So you got dogs or little kids.
Yep.
It's just easier to clean. It's not the end of the world if you spill milk on it.
Exactly.
On traditional hardwood, you might want to clean up
Might
that
want to
milk
worry
pretty
about.
quick.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, they can do things like epoxy floors now,
I've seen some beautiful.
like the back patio or the
Yes.
garage or something.
The
Yeah.
garages are beautiful. People are converting them into game rooms and using that epoxy flooring as a big drawing point. It's beautiful.
So cool. They can do it all there at Prattville Carpet, but it all starts with a conversation. You got to call them up at 285-8117 and say, hey, I heard you on about you on that radio show with Joey and Eddie. They'll come out, do a free in-home measurement. You pick out what product like we just listed, and they'll get it done. Just that easy.
That easy.
Give them that number, 285-8117, and be sure to tell great folks here at Prattville Carpet that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We learn anything today?
Let's see. I learned a few things. Something we didn't talk about. Trump shooter, the one that they arrested.
Ryan Ruth.
Did you hear his challenge?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So I read it last night. I can't believe they published it. So they put it out there. So I'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He challenged the president to a round of golf. And if he wins, he becomes the president.
Right.
And if he loses, I don't remember what happens. I think we get to shoot him or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Who is giving this guy that kind of
No, nobody is. He's saying I'm going to represent myself. He
Oh,
doesn't
I
have
didn't
a
know.
lawyer.
Okay, good.
He
That was my worry. Is they actually
refused
had a
a
lawyer.
defense attorney.
Okay, good.
He's representing himself.
Well, then it looks like we got one more for the nut job because that's where he's going to end up.
Good God, man.
You represent yourself. You got a fool for a client.
Yeah, we're back to like challenging people to duels and stuff.
Well, we do that with each other, Joey.
I'm not challenging you to a
No, you
duel.
won't accept my challenge.
No, because I only have so many bullets in my musket. I'm trying to save it for the right person. You know what I mean?
I got you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you calling me brother that way? Let's go to line one. Who's this?
Hey, this is Ken. I'll make it real quick. I'll do Ray Bowles' commercial since he wasn't in. They came to my house a month ago.
Yeah.
Started at 8 a.m. Took them till 7:30 at night because they had to rip out the old hardwood first.
Oh, wow.
Man, you talk about a dedicated crew, and it looked fantastic when they left.
Awesome.
I couldn't have asked for a better scenario, man. So
That's a
I know
long
Ray
day,
must be
too.
busy today, but let me tell you, it looked great. And the fact that they didn't say, "Oh, at 5 o'clock we'll come back tomorrow."
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Nope, they stayed and finished. It was incredible.
There you go.
Love hearing that.
Yes, sir.
Not surprised, but I love hearing it.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate it, Ken.
Thank you, Ken. See?
So we learned that.
You learned that. But I already knew that about Ray.
Right.
He's not that kind of guy. Hey, we'll be back it's 5 o'clock. My guy's got to go. We're here till the job's done.
Did you watch much of that press conference from the Oval Office with Senator Britt, Senator Tuberville,
I
like
saw-
Barry Moore, Robert Adderholt,
I
Mike
saw
Rogers?
some clips. It was good to see some familiar faces up there.
Man, I felt so vindicated. The other folks are noticing the toupee.
How did they not notice it? Stevie Wonder could see this man has a toupee.
I like Jeff Poor's theory. It's kind of like he does it because he knows he has power and
Yeah, what can you
nobody
do?
else say thing. It's like the emperor has no clothes, the congressman has no hair. A new fairy tale.
What do you think it looks like underneath there?
Bald?
Think it's bald, or you think there's a few of those wild hairs that,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And on that disturbing note, happy hour with Greg Udell and Pamela Dubuque. They're next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News on